What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. Hokage Group Chat 1GC1. Naruto, put your mother down, you just gave birth, don't run around. Advertisement in the 48th year of Konoha, an enchantment outside Konoha village. Choose, host. Close black lens bracket, do you want to establish a superdimensional chat group? Close black lens bracket. Option 1. Ignore the prompt and reward body replacement technique, close black lens bracket. Option 2. Build a Jill, bonus shadow clone technique, close black lens bracket. Option 3. It sounds very interesting. Build it, rewards body replacement technique and multiple shadow clone technique, Senju Hashirama level chakra reserves, close black lens bracket. Naruto looked at the masked man who stuck the detonating talisman behind him, and then took out his kunai to try to kill him, then tilted his head to look at the worried blonde young man not far away, and couldn't help but look confused. What the hell? I crossed into a newborn Naruto. The timeline happens to be the Nine-Tails rebellion at the beginning of hell. Naruto was very angry when he thought that what would follow was one of the tragic scenes in Hokage, the death of the fourth generation couple. It's rare to cross into Prince Konoha. I don't want to live the miserable life of Naruto in the original book again. Change the plot, from now on, although I don't know what a superdimensional chat group is, but the reward is a good thing. Choose 3. Naruto thought secretly, at the same time stretched out his small hand, secretly tore off the detonating talisman on the back, and returned it to the masked man Uchiha Obito. In the next instant, all the knowledge of the body replacement technique and the multiple shadow clone technique was directly grasped in his mind, and his body was filled with chakra. Naruto, who was thrown into the air by Obito, directly made a piece of wood his substitute. He himself appeared outside the house at once. Uchiha Obito was so focused on his former teacher, the mighty fourth generation, that he didn't notice the baby's changes at all. He knows exactly what will happen next moment. The fourth generation with the gold flash title will teleport to catch it before killing the baby itself, and the detonator will explode. The fourth generation had to escape from the house in order to protect his son. Then he can take Nine-Tails Jinchuriki away, draw 9 tails from its body, and destroy Konoha. Thinking of this, Obito was overjoyed. The plan was perfect. Hey, what's going on? Obito froze for a moment. Even though he threw the baby out, why is fourth generation still standing there, not moving? It seems that he has no intention of saving people. Fourth generation, don't you want to save your son? Then let me kill this newborn little life. Ha quack quack. Namikaze Minato looked at the midair, then at the masked man who spoke harshly, with a strange expression on his face. Obito was even more surprised. Even though he threatened him so much, fourth generation was still indifferent, and even looked at him with caring eyes. What happened? He looked up, the baby is gone. Wrapped in the clothes is a piece of wood. FK, what's the matter? How come the soft and warm baby I just held in my arms suddenly turned into a piece of wood? No wonder the fourth generation was indifferent. It turned out that I was threatening him with a piece of wood. How stupid did I have to be just now? Hand over Naruto. Fourth generation looked at the masked man in front of him with fear. Not only can this person sneak into this heavily guarded barrier, but he can even replace Naruto with wood in an instant, which is really not easy. Advertisement. Although this person's threat just now was a bit silly, but presumably he deliberately pretended to be mentally handicapped, and wanted me to relax my vigilance. Obito is completely confused. I took your Naruto, but now I don't know what happened, I lost it. Where do you want me to find Naruto for you? With that in mind, suddenly the door creaked open. A naked baby crawled in. It was Naruto, masked man Obito. Hell, isn't this my lost baby? When did you run out? Namikaze Minato. Naruto, is that you? Just now he wanted to see what his son looked like. But Pipezi said to let Kushina see it first, so he hasn't seen what his son looks like, but it should be Naruto. Just now, through the body replacement technique, Naruto exchanged himself with a piece of wood outside the house, and options appeared in his mind again. The house is about to explode, choose it, the host is big, close black lens bracket. Option 1. If you run far away, the real man will explode without looking back, and you will be rewarded with 10,000 detonating symbols, close black lens bracket. Option 2. Go back to the house and be blown up into the sky, experience the art of explosion, and reward Deidara's blood successor boundary, explosion style, close black lens bracket. Option 3. Go back to the house and use multiple shadow clone techniques in front of Namikaze Minato and Uchiha Obito, and take Uzumaki Kushina before it explodes. Rewards Whitebeard Advent card, 60 minutes, close black lens bracket. Whitebeard Advent card. Possesses all the abilities of the peak Whitebeard, and can randomly draw an ability after using it. Close black lens bracket. Seeing the reward for the third option, Naruto was overjoyed at the time. If there is Whitebeard's strength, he can directly crush any crisis of the Nine-Tails rebellion in the original book. Naruto decisively chose 3, then opened the door and climbed into the house. Then there was the amazing scene that Uchiha Obito and Namikaze Minato, who were facing each other, had just seen. Because it was closer to the door, the masked man rushed to the baby immediately, trying to take hostages again to force fourth generation and Nine-Tails Jinchuriki to separate. Namikaze Minato also acted immediately, it depends on who is faster. But just as they were leaving, they heard a bang. Sudden. A room full, all bare-backed baby Naruto. Even Obito and fourth generation, the two peak powerhouses in the Hokage world, couldn't help being stunned at the moment. I can't comprehend what I'm seeing at all. He even wondered if he was under an illusion to see such a ridiculous scene. Dozens of babies Naruto climbed onto the sleeping platform with difficulty, lifted Uzumaki Kushina, and ran out of the house with tender feet without crying. Let go of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, that's mine. The masked man Obito screamed and rushed out. Although I don't know what this thing disguised as a baby is, don't try to steal my target. Fourth generation. He didn't even know what to say. Do you want to say, Naruto, put down your mother, you have just been born, don't run around. Isn't this nonsense? 2. Nine-Tails retracted its paws in fright. Open black lens bracket, see collection and support close black lens bracket. Advertisement masked man Obito is furious. The originally perfect plan was completely ruined because of the sudden disappearance of the baby. He detonates the detonator, trying to catch the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki in the chaos. Hey, why is there no detonation light? Then he became aware of the flash before the explosion, right behind him. FK. Why did the detonator stick to me? Who did it? That kid just now, but isn't he just born? How are these things done? Tear. He immediately tore off the clothes with the detonating talisman on them. Then use Kamui to hollow all of itself, transfer to a different space, and avoid the explosion. But when he comes out again, Rasengan of the fourth generation has been waiting for him for a long time. He ran again. The corner of fourth generation's mouth twitched slightly as he looked at the densely packed babies running fast in the distance. Other people's babies can also run when they are born. Will they have multiple shadow clone techniques? Just as he was about to catch up, a hand suddenly stretched out from the air behind him and grabbed him. Through previous battles, Namikaze Minato has discovered that the masked man can be incorpo-realized to transfer to other places. In order not to be transferred, at the last moment when he was incorpo-realized, he used the Flying Thunder God technique to teleport to other places. Kushina and Naruto are still there, I must hurry. At this time, the Narutos had already carried her mother Kushina and ran away. Fourth generation dad, Obito, you two keep fighting. The ratio of 9 tails was given to me by Uzumaki Whitebeard Naruto. Naruto is very relieved about the combat power of the fourth generation. In the original book, within a few minutes, Obito was rubbed on the ground by fourth generation using Flying Thunder God technique and Rasengan. Congratulations to host for getting the advent card of Whitebeard Edward Newgate from One Piece World. Do you want to use it? Close black lens bracket. Use. Naruto suddenly felt his short legs, small arms, and his whole body filled with explosive power. It seems that just one punch can break the sky. How terrifying is the full power of Whitebeard. Naruto. Uzumaki Kushina barely opened his eyes, looking at the dozens of babies who were carrying him and running happily, with a strange and dull expression. Isn't this my son Naruto? Why is he so much? Still carry me on your shoulders? Advertisement because the scene was so absurd and weird, she even felt like she was dreaming. Mom, you just gave birth to me and you are still very weak, so don't talk for now. Dozens of Naruto around gave Kushina a reassuring smile. Kushina. Listen, are you speaking human language? I just gave birth to you, very weak. But the problem is, you are also just born, so what is your situation now? Ah, Naruto, run away, 9 tails is coming out soon, Kushina exclaimed with pain on her face. Naruto couldn't bear to see her in such pain, and stretched out his hand to stun her. At this time, a huge claw, with a destructive mania, rushed out from the seal Uzumaki in Kushina's abdomen. Haha, my uncle again, Naruto's white and tender hands lightly pressed on the huge claws. A white light flashed across. Obviously it was just a light press, but it seemed like a huge force hit the transparent mirror. Only a click was heard, the invisible mirror suddenly shattered. A huge shock force slammed heavily on 9 tails' claws. As if an ordinary person suddenly touched boiling water, 9 tails retracted its claws. 9 tails, who was about to take advantage of the weakening of the seal and forcefully rush out. It hurts so much. Who was outside just now, unexpectedly took a picture of me back, and shocked my whole body so soft. It is angry. I'm going to eat you when I go out. 9 tails broke free again, and with a more violent 9 tails chakra breath, he came out with one claw. Kurama, today this seal can no longer cover my eyes. Uzumaki Whitebeard Naruto raised his right hand, a tiny baby hand. Pressed down lightly. 9 tails only felt that there were tens of thousands of mountains coming from the outside world, and couldn't bear it at all, so he could only retract his claws again. Hell, who are the people out there? The power is too strong. It feels at least at the level of first Hokage. This reminds me of the tragic experience of being controlled by Uchiha Madara's staring eyes, and being rubbed on the ground by first Hokage True several thousand hands. So it suddenly felt that maybe it was sealed inside, in fact, it was quite good. 3. Almost ate all of 9 tails. Open black lens bracket favorites close black lens bracket advertisement. Choose, host. Close black lens bracket, option 1. Without hurting Kushina, Carefully fight back the Nine-Tails trying to break out of the seal again and again, as long as you don't get bored. The reward is a healing technique that a medical ninja can do. Close black lens bracket. Option 2. Bring Mother Shinjunai to Konoha, join hands with the Konoha sealing team to seal Nine-Tails, and let Mother continue to be the miserable Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Reward Chiyo's self-reincarnation technique, close black lens bracket. Option 3. Take the initiative to pull out Nine-Tails, and then give them a beating. Reward the Heretic's reincarnation technique, close black lens bracket. Waidao Rinne Tensai technique, Hokage world's most advanced resurrection ninjutsu, 6 pads level forbidden technique, consumes a lot, but for the host, it is not a big deal at all. Close black lens bracket. Of course Naruto chose 3, but he won't unseal the Nine-Tails. And Nine-Tails was so cowardly that she retracted her paws just now. At this time Uzumaki Kushina has a black Uzumaki on the belly. So Naruto put his mouth up and shouted inside, Nine-Tails, don't you want to come out? Come out and play. Childish voices came into the sealed space. I'm not going out. You don't want to deceive the old man with such a childish voice, Nine-Tails snorted. Naruto rolled his eyes. If you don't come out, I'll suck you out. From just now, he felt that the red mist from the Nine-Tails chakra was very sweet, and he couldn't help but want to have a big meal. He sat next to Kushina's belly, opened his mouth, and aimed at the black Uzumaki and sucked it hard. A large number of Nine-Tails chakra turned into red mist, coiled rapidly, and were sucked into his mouth and nose. In the airtight sealed space, Nine-Tails stared outside through Uzumaki, his face full of ecstasy. How dare you absorb my chakra, you are asking for death. My chakra is evil and powerful, it can pollute and corrode human consciousness, and can completely lose human spirit, and finally become a part of my power. Come on, keep sucking and be dissolved by my chakra. After taking a sip of chakra, Naruto felt as if he had eaten the supreme delicacy, and couldn't help but take a few more sips. Nine-Tails was secretly surprised. He hasn't lost his mind yet, and his body can hold on. Are human bodies so powerful now? A few minutes later, Naruto stopped suddenly, cut off the action of absorbing Nine-Tails chakra, and stood up. Nine-Tails is in a hurry. What is he going to do? Are you going to leave? Stop, keep sucking. If I can erode the spirit of such a strong person, then I will become even stronger, and no one will be able to seal me away by then. Naruto climbed onto Kushina's belly and aimed his whole little head directly at the seal Uzumaki. The small mouth opened wide. Hiss, a great suction came from Uzumaki. Nine-Tails clearly felt that his chakra was passing 10 times faster than before. Sucks the chakra amount of a tailed beast bullet in one gulp. Advertisement. Nine-Tails was shocked. It can still be like this, it's really amazing. Go on, come on, the more you suck, the closer you will be to the point where your spirit is eroded by me. A few more minutes passed. Naruto stopped again and waved to the clone not far away. Huh? Stop smoking again? Is it going to die soon? Are you going to lose your consciousness? Nine-Tails was planning to completely pollute the consciousness of the humans outside, but through Uzumaki, they suddenly saw a few more mouths outside. Immediately afterwards, boom, suddenly, an extremely strong attractive pulling force came from the exit of Uzumaki. Just like that, Nine-Tails felt that at least 1% of his chakra was gone. Nine-Tails was startled suddenly, and then laughed again. Suck it, the more you suck, the stronger you are, so after I assimilate you later, the more I will get. I don't believe you, a human, can suck all my chakra dry? No matter how strong a human being is, how can chakra's memory be compared with the strongest tailed beast? Not long after, Naruto stopped again. Every time the avatar takes a breath, it will be taken back by him, but he still doesn't think it's enough. Because Nine-Tails' chakra is so delicious, therefore, with a wave of his hand, there were dozens of clones around, and they all came together to seal Uzumaki. The mouths were opened together, and at the same time, they sucked suddenly. Boom. F***CK. Now Nine-Tails was so scared that his face was deformed. At that moment just now, it only felt an unprecedented huge suction force, which came from Uzumaki crazily above. Then the chakra all over my body was reduced by more than 10% in a blink of an eye. Doesn't this mean that if you do it a few more times, it will disappear? After a while, Naruto puffed out chakra's big belly, a little confused. Is it gone? Why can't it be sucked out? Isn't Nine-Tails claiming that Nine-Tails is the strongest and has the largest amount of chakra? I didn't take a few bites, why did it disappear so quickly? Seeing that the humans outside have sucked half of their chakra away, they are still not satisfied. Nine-Tails wanted to scold her mother very much, but also wanted to cry without tears. It can only stretch out its claws to hug the pillar that runs through its body and seals it. If it is normal, it only wants to destroy these seal pillars. But now it was so frightened that it hugged these pillars tightly, refusing to let go, for fear that its whole body would be sucked away. And it didn't even dare to breathe out, for fear of being found that it hadn't been absorbed, and it prayed that the other party would leave quickly. This is a boss. I can't afford to provoke you. Point 4. Nine-Tails. Don't come here, who will save me? Advertisement. It seems that there are really none. Naruto sighed, then I'm leaving. For a long time, there was no movement outside. Nine-Tails stretched out a paw tentatively. Then Naruto, who was hiding outside, grabbed the paw that was about to retract when he realized something was wrong. Nine-Tails, don't be afraid, I'm full, I won't eat you anymore, I'll take you out. Nine-Tails' other paw firmly grasped something in the sealed space, and the big fox shook its head desperately. No, I'm not going out, I think it's fine in here. It is called a regret in his heart. Had I known earlier, I wouldn't have stretched out my paws for waves. Unexpectedly, this super strong man did not leave. To pull it out by force, it is obvious that you want to eat it all. But even though Nine-Tails struggled in every possible way, the huge shock force directly shattered all the seals. Nine-Tails is like a little girl who cries out and gets dragged out by baby Naruto. Then, seeing a naked baby, he said to it in a milky voice, "Be my mount, or I will kill you." Nine-Tails finally got his wish and broke the seal. Who I am? Where am I? Am I dreaming? Could it be that Kurama hasn't come out in decades and the world is already ruled by a monster that looks like a baby? How can it be? Nine-Tails lol. No matter how you look at it, this is just an ordinary baby. The super strong man from just now is gone. Ha 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 ha, lowly ants, you still want to be my master? Stupid. Nine-Tails roared. I have been sealed for decades, and now you are a mere human baby, and you want me to be your mount. It's a shame, suicidal. Boom. Naruto, who has all the peak strength of Whitebeard, the ceiling of One Piece's world combat power, stretches out his right hand. He punched it out. Nine-Tails' voice disappeared immediately, and the surroundings instantly became quiet. Boom. Then, a terrifying bang exploded. With Nine-Tails as the center, a circle of gray and white shocks spread out loudly. The earth cracked open, and everything seemed to be shaking. The terrain of this piece has changed directly, and Nine-Tails was crushed like a balloon by this punch. This is because Naruto was afraid of implicating Kushina, so he only used a little strength, otherwise he could even knock out the magma. Even if Nine-Tails is not a chakra energy creature in nature, it has been beaten to a pulp by this time. But that's it, Nine-Tails has also been beaten into a daze. It could see that the baby in front of him had just punched casually, but it already had the power of first Hokage Senju Hashirama Wooden Golem Jutsu. The shock caused by Naruto's random punch shocked the fourth generation and the masked man who were still fighting in the distance, and even shocked the Konoha village farther away. Kakashi, who was shopping with his good friend Might Guy, was shocked suddenly. What happened there? Third generation looked worried. Over there is the place where Kushina gave birth. Nothing will happen, right? Have you taken it? Naruto's childish voice reached Nine-Tails' ears. If you take it, you will be my mount. When your mount, was you a baby ride? Advertisement. If other tail beasts see this, where do you want me to put Kurama's face? Kurama don't want to lose face. Nine-Tails was furious, and with the thought of preferring death to surrender, he condensed a tail beast bomb, and was about to blast everything in front of him. You still dare to resist? Naruto raised his face. Advanced armament hockey overlays small fists, shock fruit starts. Then he punched again. Boom. Just as the tailed beast bomb was about to condense, it was shattered by the shock, and then Nine-Tails was directly blasted away. The remaining impact directly destroyed the surrounding terrain. Trees, stones, fallen leaves, insects, everything turned into dust floating in the air. Namikaze Minato was no longer interested in fighting, and quickly rushed towards Naruto. Now, are you convinced? Naruto retracted all clones, walked to the edge of the huge pit, looked down at the despairing Nine-Tails at the bottom of the pit, and said calmly. Looking at the baby walking towards him, Nine-Tails had only one thought in his mind. Don't come here. It lay down at Naruto's feet with an aggrieved face. I don't want to humiliate a baby, and I don't want to be beaten. What should I do? Can anyone come and save me? Naruto, fourth generation Namikaze Minato came and saw that Nine-Tails had broken the seal, and his ignorant son was standing by his mouth, and Kushina was lying not far away. He immediately stepped forward to take his son and wife teleport away. Naruto thought that as long as he fought a few more times, he would almost conquer Nine-Tails, but he was instantly taken away by fourth generation with the Flying Thunder God technique, and he felt a little helpless. After the fourth generation family disappeared, the masked man Obito emerged from the air, just in time to catch the leak. Nine-Tails, I'll take you to destroy Konoha. Nine-Tails was lucky to be saved, but saw the eye it hates the most, Sharingan. Uchiha Obito then sneaked into Konoha village, summoned Nine-Tails with the summoning technique, manipulated with pupil power, and let Nine-Tails destroy Konoha. The Nine-Tails rebellion still happened. Third generation made a shot and lost. Fourth generation Namikaze Minato is also the same as the original book, returning to Konoha, fighting against Nine-Tails and saving the village. However, even if Nine-Tails' body has shrunk by half due to Naruto's previous smoking, fourth generation can't beat Nine-Tails. Namikaze Minato, who mastered the Flying Thunder God technique, can be said to be the fastest ninja in the Ninja Assassin series. But his output is low, and he doesn't have any lethal big moves. You can also use Rasengan seconds to beat the ninja. But playing Nine-Tails with rough skin and thick flesh. Rasengan, who is a mere A-level ninjutsu, can't beat it at all. In order to prevent Nine-Tails from continuing to wreak havoc on the village, he decides to sacrifice himself to seal the Nine-Tails. At this time, the other side. Open black lens bracket Ōtsutsuki Kagaya joined the group chat, close black lens bracket. Naruto. 5. Ōtsutsuki Kagaya joins the chat group, see collection support, close black lens bracket. Advertisement time goes back to not long ago. Naruto was a Yu who used multiple shadow clone techniques to carry Kushina away. After returning to the safe room with his wife and children, fourth generation looked at his son and asked tentatively. The weird scene of the baby running all over the ground just now, is it a hallucination, or is it real? Naruto also realized that the scene of snatching his mother from under the noses of the two masters just now was too disastrous. So at this time, he deliberately sucked his fingers, blinked his cute big eyes, and looked ignorant. Seeing the fourth generation, he quickly shook his head. What am I talking about? Naruto is just a baby. What I saw just now must have been an illusion caused by that mysterious masked man. In addition, just before I left, I noticed that the mysterious masked man suspected to be Uchiha Madara appeared. He will definitely control Nine-Tails to destroy Konoha, I must stop it. So fourth generation rushed to Konoha. Naruto saw that there were 36 minutes left in the Whitebeard Advent card, touched his belly that had become round because he ate half a Nine-Tails, and said to himself. Dad can't beat Nine-Tails, so he can only sacrifice himself to seal it. Alas, if I knew it earlier, I would have used more force to completely blow up Nine-Tails. But who knew that Dad suddenly appeared, took me away, and saved Nine-Tails? In order to live a comfortable life of Prince Konoha in the future, Father fourth generation must not die. He casually threw a few outsider Rinne Tensai technique to his mother and then went out. He found the tallest tree, climbed to the top of the tree, and looked around to determine the direction of the leaves. When the wind blows, it is very cool. He looked down and saw that he was as frank as a gentleman. So on the way to Konoha, he picked up a black coat and a bamboo hat from a certain house. Pants? No need at all. Because his body is too small, even just a top can cover his whole body inside. With a kick of his legs, his whole body was like a rock, jumping forward non-stop. It looked as if a jacket had become refined, and it was like flying in the wind wearing a bamboo hat. Suddenly, he stopped, not because he reached Konoha, but because he felt a little urgent to pee. The baby's bladder has not yet developed well, and the reserve is too small, so he wants to urinate soon. Choose, host. Close black lens bracket, option 1. It's fine to urinate normally. Reward weak A-level ninjutsu. Water style water array, close black lens bracket. Choice 2. Urge against the wind, ask if you are strong. Reward Hoshigaki Kisami's strong A-rank ninjutsu. Water style big blast, close black lens bracket. Option 3. Jump to the sky, pee before landing, and draw a circle on the ground. Reward Hokage world's strongest water style ninja second Hokage Senju Tobirama's S-class ninjutsu. Water style hard whirlpool water blade, close black lens bracket. Naruto. FKU. You can come up with so many tricks in the system, is that you, sure? But this reward is indeed very attractive. At present, he has mastered the body replacement technique, multiple shadow clone technique, and Rinne Tensai technique. It is no problem to be a nanny, but it lacks output. In case the Whitebeard Advent card ends and you don't get the armament hockey or shock fruit abilities, that's going to be bad. So he chose 2 and 3 together. Advertisement Naruto kicked his right foot and immediately stood up. He faces the wind first, hard, a torrent flew out. Shoot through several big trees in an instant. Whitebeard's power is strong. Even against the wind, he can pee so far. Naruto couldn't help sighing as he looked at the clear water that soared nearly 20 meters away. Complete choice 2, the host is strong. Congratulations to host for mastering the strongest A-level ninjutsu, water style big explosion water shockwave, close black lens bracket. Then start to control the water flow and draw circles. Complete choice 3, the host is really awesome. Congratulations to host for mastering the S-rank ninjutsu, water style hard vortex water blade, close black lens bracket. Too much is too much, don't be 6 in the basics. Before Naruto landed, he had already finished peeing and couldn't help being a little proud. When it comes to peeing, I'm also a professional. Just as Naruto finished singing, a new reminder suddenly came out of his head. 16-winged fallen angel Black Cat joins the super dimensional chat group. Close black lens bracket. The trembling tornado joins the super dimensional chat group. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Ōtsutsuki Kagaya joined the hyper-dimensional chat group. Close black lens bracket. Host Trumpet, Prince Konoha, joined the chat group. Close black lens bracket. 16-winged fallen angel Black Cat. I'm creating a fan, why did this interface suddenly appear in my mind? Trembling tornado. Could this be the hallucination of some dragon-level monster? Ōtsutsuki Kagaya. Dujin. A dragon-level weirdo. How come I haven't heard of these things? Who are you guys? Where are those 2 rebellious sons of Hamura Yuki? See Ōtsutsuki Kagaya join the chat group, and see her chat history. Naruto has been able to confirm that this is really the final boss of the Hokage ninja, Ōtsutsuki Kagaya, the creator god of the ninja world. What are you waiting for? Pretentious. Anyway, he is the leader of the group. Group owner. This chat group connecting the heavens and the world is just a small attempt on my part. My thoughts have drawn you in from various dimensional worlds. But I don't have time to take care of you, so I randomly choose an administrator, and it's you, the little guy who came in and didn't speak. Quote. Konoha Prince became the administrator of the super-dimensional chat group. Close black lens bracket. After everyone joined the chat group and got a trumpet for himself, Naruto already had the idea to get the most benefit. Maintain the group leader's large and powerful style, reappear when necessary, and use the small, Konoha Prince, to interact with members on a daily basis. Trembling tornado. We come from different worlds. No wonder what you say is so strange. Ōtsutsuki Kagaya. Thoughts cross the heavens and worlds, and they can pull the sealed me into the chat group. I can't even imagine such power. 16-winged fallen angel black cat. Admuyi Taizi. Administrator, why don't you speak? Prince Konoha. A bad guy has brought a fox into my village. I'm going to beat the bad guy. Let's talk later. Who is it? Uchiha Obito, who was sitting on the Hokage statue watching Nine-Tails destroy Konoha, suddenly turned around. Then he saw something wearing a black top and a bamboo hat, and he didn't know what it was. 6. At that moment, Nine-Tails remembered the tragic memory of being abused by Naruto. Advertisement. Under the moonlight, Uchiha Obito vaguely saw two immature short legs exposed under the black clothes. It turned out to be a baby. Can you believe it? On this occasion, there is actually a baby running outside. Obito couldn't help rubbing his eyes. Am I dazzled? But that figure, no matter how you look at it, looks like a baby less than 1 year old. So here comes the question, Hokage Rock is so high, how did this baby come up? This is too weird. He suddenly felt that his three views had been subverted, and at the same time, he felt infinite vigilance in his heart, with a look of vigilance, ready for Hollow to leave at any time. Naruto shook his head. Uchiha Obito, you are really stupid. You were fooled and limped, and you came to destroy Konoha. Don't you know what day it is today? Uchiha Obito's pupils shrank sharply. You actually know me. No, I'm Uchiha Madara. He tried desperately to argue, and at the same time felt that there was an extremely dangerous breath in the air. At the same time, doubts arose in his heart. What day is today? Today is my birthday. As soon as the voice finished speaking, Naruto Conqueror's haki was fully opened, and the masked man Uchiha couldn't help kneeling. Then a hand stretched out from the black clothes. Uchiha Obito is dumbfounded. A baby can actually make him kneel down with courage, which is even scarier than Uchiha Madara. If you tell others this, they will probably be regarded as crazy. Seeing a small white hand raised lightly, Obito was frightened and immediately used Kamui, wanting to hollow himself, and run away. There is a certain time limit for wanting to incarnate with one's own emptiness. Click. The sound of a mirror shattering came from before him. That's too late. Uchiha Obito suddenly felt the world turned upside down, and then lost consciousness. So unbeaten. Didn't it shatter the chakra meridian in your whole body? Naruto shook his head helplessly. Ninjas are all crispy. I don't care about it. I have to dare to take Nine-Tails as a mount before my father sacrifices himself. ... Master Third Generation, I want to seal Nine-Tails with ghouls, please buy me time. Namikaze Minato shouted to Third Generation Sarutobi Hiruzen. Minato, you, actually want to sacrifice yourself, let me do it. Third Generation looked sad. But there was no fluctuation in his heart, and he even wanted to laugh a little. If Minato dies, who will be Hokage? There is only one answer, the respected Sarutobi Hiruzen. No, I have already started, I just hope that after my death, you can take good care of Kushina and Naruto mother and child. Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded. Don't worry, as Konoha's hero, I will certainly take good care of your offspring. Then you can go with peace of mind. Teacher, Kakashi also had a tragic and moved face when he saw that the teacher had to sacrifice himself. Konoha and the others all looked tragic. In the end, Namikaze Minato finally summoned the Shinigami at the cost of his life. But, Naruto is here. He saw that Shinigami was about to appear in front of fourth generation's father, and immediately fully activated Conqueror's Haki plus awakened Shock Fruit ability. Shatter it, Shinigami. As soon as the soul-shaped Shinigami appeared, he was shattered. The power of Whitebeard is so terrifying. Even if it is a spirit body, it will be shattered for you to see. Advertisement. Namikaze Minato. Third Generation. Kakashi and others in Konoha. What just happened? How did Shinigami die suddenly? It should have disappeared. The spell failed, and Namikaze Minato's life force flowed back. He hastened to cast the spell again, intending to summon the Shinigami. But the feedback I got was, it's too scary, I won't go out. I don't want your vitality, can't it? This completely stupefied Namikaze Minato. I don't know who attacked just now, but Shinigami was also scared. There is no way, although he was seriously injured due to the backlash of the spell, he still planned to use the Flying Thunder God technique to transfer Nine-Tails away. At this time, Nine-Tails is like a wild dog running free, destroying everywhere in Konoha village. Destruction is so cool. The frustration of being bullied by a baby just now was completely wiped away. I, Kurama, have no emotions, born to be a destructive madman. The attacks of the surrounding Konoha shinobi didn't even have the strength of Rasengan, hitting it was like scratching an itch. Itchy. It sent flying ninjas who tickled it. Seeing Nine-Tails, the surrounding ninjas were obviously even crazier, thinking that the attack was effective, and continued to issue tickling level attacks. Nine-Tails was so angry that he was about to spit out a few tailed beast bombs, but as if he had sensed something, his body froze suddenly. He turned around stiffly, ignoring the ninja who was tickling it. Then he saw a familiar little hand protruding from the black jacket under the bamboo hat. Before turning around completely, he got stuck in half. The air suddenly became quiet. The Konoha ninjas were confused by Nine-Tails' sudden movement. As for Nine-Tails, she was completely frightened by Naruto's small hands, and her whole body froze. Thought it was going to hit it again. Now there are two thoughts in its mind. One is Uchiha Obito forcing the contract with Hitomi Jutsu, ordering it to destroy Konoha. Another thought is to escape. Run away quickly, run away now, run away quickly, or you will be eaten. In the berserk red mist, Nine-Tails stared with huge eyes, and a humanized expression of fear gradually appeared on his ferocious face. It's skinny again, isn't it? Saying that, Naruto stretched out his palm towards Nine-Tails. Then the next moment, Nine-Tails finally remembered the terrible memory of being smashed not long ago. The fear of Naruto immediately overcomes Obito's contract order to destroy Konoha, and he forcibly breaks free from the contract. Then it turned and ran, howling as it went. You, don't come here. Everyone. Fourth generation Namikaze Minato, who is planning to do a head-to-head move to transfer Nine-Tails. Nine-Tails, what are you running for? Stop talking about fourth generation, push Kushina, I won't write like that. I used to watch Hokage, and every time I saw Kushina and fourth generation's entrustment to Naruto before his death, I was very moved, so I will save this couple. The following will not be written according to the original work, and the fate of various characters will be changed. This book is roughly the story of an invincible young Naruto who exploits wushwang everywhere, beats everything, becomes the man behind the scenes to control the ninja world, and at the same time, the story of the water group. 7. Shocked. The strongest tailed beast shows off its cuteness and rolls around begging for a seal. Advertisement. The attention of Konoha shinobi players like third generation has been on the dangerous Nine-Tails. Therefore, Naruto who suddenly appeared was not found. But when they saw Nine-Tails suddenly yelling, "Don't come over," in panic, they couldn't help but gasped. Immediately felt that the three views were collapsing. The combat power of Nine-Tails is undoubtedly at least cage level. Leaving aside the seal, just fighting head on, and now the whole Konoha is no match for it. What a terrifying existence it is that can make it so terrified. So following the opposite direction of Nine-Tails' escape, they saw the strange existence of the combination of black jacket and bamboo hat. The total number of people who came was not even as high as a jacket, and the hem of the black jacket was dragging on the ground. And the head is also very small, and the bamboo hat completely blocks the face, so you can't see it at all. Coupled with the tender little hand that stretched out. People had to guess, could it be that the person who came was a child? Namikaze Minato rushed over, intending to use the Flying Thunder God technique to transfer the entire Nine-Tails from Konoha to other places. But Nine-Tails run too fast too fast too fast. He couldn't catch up at all. Although he is the fastest ninja in the ninja world, he still needs to add the Flying Thunder God spell before he can teleport. When Sarutobi Hiruzen saw that Nine-Tails was running towards the village, he immediately pushed Nine-Tails back with the Rui Golden Cudgel. Nine-Tails looked viciously at the third generation who pushed himself back in front of that super fierce and terrifying baby. You are very bad old man. It still wants to run, but Naruto's one-style armed color-shaking Jedi has already been photographed. The terrifying power of the shock fell from the sky, smashing the ground, and Nine-Tails pounced on the ground like a big dog. Nine-Tails froze for a moment, could this be Konoha's enemy too? The damage you caused with this palm is greater than mine. Fortunately, the surrounding civilians were evacuated, otherwise no one would have survived. Senior, you are. The third generation came up and asked respectfully. Although the figure of the mysterious bamboo hat looks like a child, his strength is really terrifying. At least it is at the level of the legend of the god of the Chunin world. A single blow can permanently change the terrain. There is no doubt that it is a natural disaster level combat power. Forehead. Naruto was a little embarrassed. Originally wanted to save someone from Nine-Tails. But the damage he caused just now almost destroyed half of Konoha. So he shook his head pretending to be old-fashioned and sighed. You guys are the worst class I've ever seen. Konoha village is really not as good as the next generation. When Konoha was first established, Nine-Tails was like a dog, being picked up and down by two men. But now, just sealing it, almost killed Hokage. Isn't this a joke? Stay away, all, and let me teach Nine-Tails a lesson. Quote. When Nine-Tails heard that the baby was going to hit him, she became anxious. It just so happened that it saw Namikaze Minato approaching not far away, as if trying to seal it. Advertisement. It recognized this man, who seemed to be the father of this terrifying baby. So its eyes lit up, and it quickly ran in front of the fourth generation, lay down directly, with its feet upturned, as if it was harmless to humans and animals and wanted to be sealed. Compared to being slapped by that baby or being eaten by him, I might as well be sealed. Seeing that Nine-Tails suddenly ran madly towards him, fourth generation was taken aback, thinking that Nine-Tails was going to kill himself first. So he ducked away, dodging the possible attack, only to see Nine-Tails suddenly lay down. Fourth generation. Nine-Tails, what are you doing? Naruto just thought it was funny when he saw it. His first reaction was that Nine-Tails wanted to touch porcelain. Otherwise, when you run up to Father Fourth Generation, you just lie on the ground and roll around to act cute before you even get scratched. But then he came to his senses and understood the true purpose of Nine-Tails' strange behavior, and felt even more dumbfounded. Didn't I just eat you a few bites before? As for being so afraid of me. Third Generation and others in Konoha were all confused by Nine-Tails' sudden behavior. As a tailed beast, if you destroy everywhere, we can still get used to it and understand it. But now you are lying on the ground without resistance, as if you are harmless, what do you want to do? Nine-Tails caught a glimpse of the baby coming towards him, while Fourth Generation was still standing there in a daze, anxious. Fourth Generation, why are you staring blankly? Hurry up and seal me inside your body. I will cooperate with you. Quote. Hurry up, it's too late. Quickly let me hide in your body. Ah, Namikaze Minato was even more stunned. Shock. The strongest tailed beast, Nine-Tails, actually asks for a seal. What kind of conspiracy is there? If Nine-Tails desperately resists, even if he sacrifices his life, he is willing to seal Nine-Tails. But now that Nine-Tails is abnormally asking for a seal, there must be some big conspiracy. The masked man, suspected to be Uchiha Madara, must have ordered it to do so. I must not be fooled. Thinking of this, Fourth Generation took a step back instead. Want me to seal you? No way. Don't you try to trick me. Nine-Tails. Don't sacrifice your life, and don't you consume too much chakra. I did not resist, and even cooperated with you to seal it all the way. Why don't you listen? Hearing what Fourth Generation said, Nine-Tails was so angry that he really wanted to slap him to death. But it still didn't do it. The father of Chakra's invincible baby who can eat half of it in a few bites. Say it as if it dared. A lot of people said that they were born without chakra, I have already changed it in the first chapter. 8. Open the Nine-Tails golden body in seconds, and slap Danzo to death with one palm. Advertisement. Currently, host has already used his strength to shock Nine-Tails, but there are 5 minutes left for Whitebeard's arrival card. Choose, host greatly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket option 1. Intimidate Nine-Tails and just lie still, let Namikaze Minato seal Nine-Tails and become Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Reward a beast ring. Close black lens bracket. Option 2. Intimidate Nine-Tails and just lie still, the host seals Nine-Tails and becomes Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Reward a beast ring. Close black lens bracket. Option 3. The host already has half of the Nine-Tails chakra in his body, and the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki counts as wool. Deterrence makes Nine-Tails the host's mount, pet. Reward 10 beast familiar rings already bound with the host's spirit. Close black lens bracket. Beast royal ring. You can forcefully sign a master servant contract and take creatures as pets. How to use? Just touch it. Close black lens bracket. Naruto dragged his black top and came to Nine-Tails. Nine-Tails is very embarrassing, as the most fierce and fierce tail beast, it has always been cold and indifferent. But half of the chakra was eaten by a few bites before, and it was really frightened. So it actually did such a shameful thing in front of so many people. Lost fox. Be my mount, or be eaten by me, choose, Kurama. After speaking, Naruto lifted his hat slightly and opened his mouth. Nine-Tails stared fiercely, the baby actually knew his real name. Live to be a human mount, or die to be eaten, that's not a question for it. It used to be arrogant all the time, it was because it was confident that no one could really hurt it, at most it was sealed. But when I met a super foodie who could eat it, and saw the terrible mouth, it was scared. Owner. It got up and lowered its head in front of Naruto. Achieve choice 3, get 10 beast control rings, which have been put into the system storage space. Close black lens bracket. Put it on. Naruto handed Nine-Tails a beast ring. Nine-Tails put it on obediently, and was forcibly bound to the master servant contract, becoming Naruto's life and death pet at a thought. Nine-Tails then shrank in size, becoming the size of a ninja dog. This scene was only seen by a very small number of people such as the Third Generation and the Fourth Generation. The Nine-Tails rebellion is over. Aged and frail, Third Generation was injured after a few rounds with Nine-Tails. Fourth Generation still lost a lot of vitality and was injured because of being sealed up by the ghouls. Knowing that the Third Generation and Fourth Generation were injured at the same time, Danzo felt that his chance to be Hokage had come. He felt that he had a great advantage this time. So after the end of the Nine-Tails rebellion, he stepped forward. Danzo accused Namikaze Minato of being the fourth Hokage, but he failed to protect the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, so he released the Nine-Tails, causing heavy casualties to Konoha. Now Nine-Tails is lost, causing the balance of the tail beast to be broken, and the seriously injured Fourth Generation abdicates. Kakashi couldn't stand it anymore. During the big war, you didn't come out, but now that Mr. Minato has ended the war, you come out to accuse Mr. Minato. It's outrageous. At the beginning of his father's death, he suspected that there was a shadow of Danzo behind it. Ahem, Kakashi, stop talking, I'm seriously injured now, I'm really not suitable to be Hokage, I agree to abdicate. Namikaze Minato spat out blood. The most important thing now is not Hokage's position, but the mysterious strongman who subdued Nine-Tails as a mount. He could always feel a familiar and friendly aura from this strong man. Don't know who he is. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't speak, just watched Danzo's performance quietly. Namikaze Minato's abdication was in line with his political demands, so he did not discourage it. Anyway, the fourth generation abdicates, and he is the most likely to be Hokage. Advertisement. He can't sit enough for Hokage. Naruto also quietly watched Danzo perform. In order to be Hokage, Danzo is simply too crazy. It is said in the Book of Wind that the reason why the masked man Uchiha Obito knew that this day was the day when Nine-Tails Jinchuriki gave birth was completely informed by Danzo. In order to suppress political opponents, when he became Hokage, Danzo did not hesitate to cooperate with the enemy. The moment Danzo came on stage, his fate was already sealed. He also looked at the silent and undeciding third generation, a cold light flashed in his eyes. Neither of these are good things. In the original book, although the Minato couple left a last word before their death, they hoped that the people of Konoha village would regard Naruto as the hero of the village. However, for various purposes, third generation still did not announce Naruto's life experience to the public. Instead, most people in the village regard Naruto as the embodiment of Nine-Tails and treat him coldly. The son of the hero Namikaze Minato, who sealed the hero of Nine-Tails with his body, is treated like this, which is chilling. Originally, he thought that as long as he saved fourth generation's father and let him continue to be a Hokage, then he didn't want to care too much. It's good to be his prince Konoha comfortably and enjoy life. But my dad, fourth generation, is not dead yet, so you can't hide your desire to be a Hokage. Then I don't have to bear it anymore. Okay. Then you can give me the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki Uzumaki Kushina later, I will use it to catch Nine-Tails later and use it as a container. Danzo said again, as if calling himself Hokage. What? Namikaze Minato exclaimed, what did you say? He couldn't believe Danzo said such a thing. What's the matter? You lost Nine-Tails. Konoha's fighting power is not as good as before. If the fourth ninja world war breaks out and Konoha's White Fang is missing, Orochimaru and other masters Konohas are missing, the village will probably be wiped out. So Konoha Hokage is up to me, and I will take Konoha on a new path. Quote. Naruto was speechless. What's up with Danzo? Did you lose your wits all of a sudden? Still insane. He stood up. Ha 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 ha. It's so funny. Want to be Hokage? Who gave you confidence? Danzo, are you trying to kill me and inherit my aunt money? You are so funny. Quote. Danzo heard this and looked down. What is this? A little thing wearing a bamboo hat and a black top. He rushed here just now to reap the victory fruits of the Nine-Tails rebellion, but he really hasn't seen such a villain on the ground yet. What are you? But before he finished speaking, Naruto used the Nine-Tails chakra in his body to activate the Nine-Tails golden body mode in seconds, adding the shock fruit ability. With one palm, Danzo was turned into a cloud of blood mist. 9. Nine-Tails became Konoha's guardian animal. Advertisement. You killed Danzo. Sarutobi Hiruzen exclaimed. Over the years, he has worked closely with his good friend Danzo to control Konoha. He sang a good face, Danzo sang a bad face, and helped him take the blame by the way, and now Konoha's best blame man was slapped to death with a palm. It should be a person, right? It's just that he's a little shorter, a little smaller, and his voice is a little softer. For a while, he was very complicated. Seeing that Danzo, one of the 3 major cage-level combat powers in the village, was slapped to death with a palm, everyone in Konoha was shocked. You thought Danzo died so easily? Naruto pouted. If you don't kill him a few times, he won't die at all. Through observation haki, he has noticed that the Sharingan has been transplanted into Danzo's arm. Although it's not like one arm was transplanted after the Uchiha genocide, but there are also 3, which are probably collected over the years. While speaking, Danzo passed through a Zanagi and was revived again. This is the ultimate pupil technique of the Uchiha family. Danzo, how can you do this? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the revived good friend. Danzo didn't answer either, just now he was slapped to death by this little thing who didn't know what it was. He panicked and backed away immediately, while a dozen root ninja stood in front of Danzo to protect him. Naruto waved his hand. A shock force swept out and shattered the clothes on Danzo's arms, revealing 3 Sharingan, one of which had closed its eyes. This is the truth that he can be resurrected, in cooperation with Orochimaru, transplanted the Sharingan of the Uchiha family. Danzo, you did such a taboo thing. Namikaze Minato yelled angrily. Even though he was protected by a dozen rooted ninjas, his arms and clothes were still shattered, so Danzo didn't feel safe at all. In order to survive, he actually did something ridiculous and hid behind Sarutobi Hiruzen. It looked like my younger brother was being bullied, so he hid behind his elder brother for protection, then poked his head out and looked over, as if to say, come and hit me again if you have the guts. If it hadn't just been through something as serious as the Nine-Tails rebellion, there have been many casualties. Seeing Danzo's cowardly comparison, it is estimated that many people present can laugh out loud. Danzo, do you still want to be Hokage? Naruto said lightly. After swallowing half of Nine-Tails, even without Whitebeard's ability, he can beat Danzo even if he has fully mastered the Nine-Tails golden body mode. Not to mention he also has a pet, the other half Nine-Tails. Forget about it. Danzo poked his head out quickly and shook his head desperately, as if he was afraid that Naruto would not see it. One punch at a Sharingan, 3 times, will kill him for good. Forget it, let's not wave, let's take it slow. I think that as long as we cooperate with Orochimaru and transplant some Hashirama cells in the future, there is still hope to kill 4th generation. But he couldn't help it, and still owed a sentence. Namikaze Minato, Nine-Tails is lost, you must be responsible for this. Who said Nine-Tails is lost? Isn't it there? Namikaze Minato pointed to Nine-Tails, a miniature version of a dog, who was riding under the mysterious man in a black hat with a complex expression. Advertisement. Ah, Danzo was dumbfounded. That looks like a pug, and there are some cute little foxes, the most ferocious nine-tails among the nine-tailed beasts. What the hell are you kidding me? Seeing Danzo's disbelief, Nine-Tails grinned at him. It can be matched with its miniature figure, it looks really cute. Danzo couldn't help but sneer. Do you take me for an idiot? After Nine-Tails puts on the beast ring, all chakra is restrained in the body, so Danzo can't detect its massive chakra. Seeing the 3rd generation transformed by Nine-Tails and other people, they didn't dare to laugh at all, so it was really Nine-Tails who could destroy the entire Konoha in one go. Danzo, stop talking. 3rd generation Sarutobi Hiruzen repeatedly hinted to his good friend, telling him not to continue to die. But Danzo still sneered, so Naruto gave Nine-Tails a look, and then Conqueror's Haki opened in seconds, stunned most of the people present. And the 3rd generation and Danzo, who were the main targets of awe, were suppressed by their astonishing courage, unable to move at all. Nine-Tails was allowed to grow bigger in an instant, and with the pressure of its giant claws, it directly shot Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo into the ground. Sarutobi Hiruzen got up from the pit with an aggrieved expression on his face. The resentful eyes seemed to be saying, "Da, I am a good person, so you beat me up anyway." Originally, he wanted to protect his friend, but this time he got involved, and Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately hid away. As for Danzo, seeing Nine-Tails showing his true body, he was completely dumbfounded. The fox that looked like a cute pet just now is really Nine-Tails. God, what the hell is going on in this world? He backed away again and again in fright, and almost turned around and ran for his life. At the same time, the corner of his mouth was trembling, and he said to 4th generation. Water. Minato, why did you leave the wild Nine-Tails alone? Ceiling, even sacrifice is not hesitating, this is the will of fire. Quote. Wild. Hearing this, Nine-Tails roared furiously throughout Konoha, and just vomited a few tailed beast bombs, completely destroying the village in front of him. Seeing the fury of Nine-Tails, even the 4th generation couldn't help but take a few steps back. It is really the horror of Nine-Tails, deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. If you really want to go crazy, unless the cage-level ninja sacrifices his life to seal it, it will be useless at all. Don't panic. Naruto looked at his flustered father, and waved to Nine-Tails. Xiaoju is now my mount and Konoha's guardian animal, so he won't destroy the village anymore, right, Xiaoju? Xiaoju. Looking at the house that was smashed into pieces by Nine-Tails just now, everyone trembled and dared not speak. 10. Konoha's high-level executives collectively fell at the feet of a baby. Advertisement. Seeing Nine-Tails nodding obediently like a pug, Danzo. When did Nine-Tails become so obedient? Could it be that at some point, I fell into an illusion, and what I see now is just an illusion? But the closed Sharingan told him that what happened just now was true. This made him even more frightened. Nine-Tails is like a licking dog, listening to someone. What is the identity of this person? This question has lingered in everyone's mind for a long time. It was so frightening that no one dared to ask. Not to mention anything else, just this person's outburst of courage just now stunned all the ninjas present below Elite Jonin. This kind of strength, even the legendary ninja god, Senju Hashirama can't do it. Sarutobi Hiruzen hinted Namikaze Minato to ask with his eyes again and again. Because he noticed that the mysterious bamboo hat man had a good attitude towards Namikaze Minato. Excuse me, who are you, senior? Namikaze Minato swallowed, summoned up his courage and asked. The scene where Danzo was slapped to death just now also scared him. If it wasn't for this person who tamed Nine-Tails, saved Konoha, and spoke politely to him. Even if he is seriously injured and desperately trying not to, we must stop this person. Who I am? Naruto raised his head, lost in thought. But he was too short. Even if he raised his head, he couldn't reach other people's knees. That's how it should be. But those who are still awake under the outbreak of Naruto Conqueror's Haki just now. He had already squatted down for the first time, keeping his body low, striving for the highest point of his body to never exceed the height of the mysterious man's bamboo hat. You may not believe it when you say it, and some people even lie on the ground directly. I was afraid that I would offend the boss because I was taller than the mysterious man in bamboo hat, and then I would be slapped to death just like Danzo. There was even someone who was still muttering in his heart, hey, why does this mysterious black-clothed man in a bamboo hat look so familiar to me? That black top, the lines and stitching marks on the cuffs, isn't it my top hanging out? And that bamboo hat, no matter how you look at it, it is the one hanging outside the window of my house. Could it be? Take off my black top and bamboo hat, what's inside? He thought of it for a moment, it was a baby less than 1 year old. But he didn't dare to say, and he didn't dare to ask, for fear of being slapped to death. You don't want to die. You're AB asterisk 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 D. Naruto gave Nine-Tails a look, and at the same time gave Nine-Tails instructions through the master-servant contract. Kurama, tell them, who am I? Who is the Nine? Lama? Namikaze Minato couldn't help asking again. Sarutobi Hiruzen got anxious and glared at him. Don't worry. Wait for the boss to answer the first question before asking. Kurama is my nickname for Nine-Tails. Naruto laughed. A nickname for Nine-Tails. Namikaze Minato murmured to himself. Advertisement. Sarutobi Hiruzen exclaimed as if he suddenly thought of something. Could it be that you are? At this time, Nine-Tails shrank into a miniature version of the little fox again. According to Naruto's words, it looked more kawaii like this, and then said lightly. That's right, he is the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths, the prophesied son of hope, the savior of the ninja world. Sarutobi Hiruzen exclaimed. The reincarnation of the ancestor of the ninja, Sage of Six Paths. Did you really divide the 10 tails into the 9-tailed beasts? He has always been curious about this legend. Naruto nodded. Kurama's consciousness was my favorite child at the time, because it looks so cute and arrogant. So when I divide 10 tails chakra, I divide it like this. 1 tail, 1 9 tails. 1 for 9 tails and 1 for 9 tails. 3 tails, 9 tails 1. That's it, the remaining half of chakra will be given to 9 tails. Quote. Ah, it turned out to be like this. Everyone in Konoha exclaimed. 9 tails muttered to himself. I believe you, ghost. Although my amount of chakra is indeed more than the other 8-tailed beasts combined, it is not as exaggerated as you said. Danzo is not Hokage, do you want to be Sarutobi Hiruzen? Naruto raised his hand lightly, with a super fierce expression that if you dare, I will kill you. Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately shook his head like a rattle. Be a fart Hokage. He figured it out, this person was trying to show off to Minato. Except for Minato, whoever dares to be a Hokage will really be beaten to death. Danzo's comparison is a lesson from the past. I think I'm an old man, I should retire. Konoha Hokage, there is no one but Minato. Satisfied, Naruto put down his little hand that if the answer didn't satisfy him, he would slap third generation to death. At first, I thought, if you don't do it, then I'll be Hokage for fun. But if this is the case, then forget it, let me be a Hokage in a few years when I grow up. Quote. The son of hope in the prophecy. Why does this sound so familiar? Namikaze Minato also thought to himself. Wait, are you? Namikaze Minato raised his head suddenly, his eyes glowed, and he asked incredulously. Is that you, Naruto? What, Naruto? Everyone was taken aback. Isn't this what the fourth generation wants to name their son? How can it be? Yes, I am Naruto. Hello, Dad. Naruto took off the bamboo hat that covered his entire head, revealing his baby face that was less than a day old. Everyone suddenly felt that the three views were completely shattered. Is he really the newborn son of the fourth generation? The boss they had been looking up to and fawning on just now is really a baby. If other villages knew about this, they would probably die of laughter. Shock. Konoha's high-level executives were so cowardly that they crouched at the feet of a baby. Is this a loss of morality or an impermanence of fate? 11. Namikaze Minato. My son is better than me since he was born. Advertisement. Namikaze Minato finally understood everything. When confronting the masked man before, the baby that suddenly crawled all over the room and took Kushina away was not a hallucination. At the same time, he also understood that when he took Kushina and Naruto away. What happened to the grateful look on Nine-Tails' face? That familiar trace of destruction, that eerie atmosphere. Who was Naruto that I saved at the time? It was obviously Nine-Tails who were saved. But Nine-Tails couldn't escape in the end. Looking at the cute little fox lying at Naruto's feet, Namikaze Minato was speechless. Shin Junai, you may not believe it, you and I had a Sage of Six Paths together. Naruto nodded in satisfaction when he saw the disintegrated look of everyone. However, it is not this baby who is talking to you now, my reincarnated body. It's the remaining will of the old man. I sensed that there would be a world-class crisis in the ninja world in the future, so I reincarnated to save the world. My reincarnated body can change the pattern of ninja world, is the son of hope. So you all have to take good care of him, find beautiful girls to serve him, listen to him, and satisfy his demands, ahem underscore. Quote. Everyone, including the fourth generation, listen carefully to the final will of the remaining will of the Sage of Six Paths. Everyone listened very seriously at first, but the more they listened, the more they felt that something was wrong, and everyone's expressions gradually became strange. Find a beautiful girl to serve him, listen to him, and satisfy his request. Sage of Six Paths, are you serious? If it weren't for a baby with Senju Hashirama level terrifying combat power. If it wasn't for this baby who really tamed the 9 tails that can destroy Konoha as pets. They wouldn't believe Naruto's nonsense even if they were killed. So though they were dumbfounded. But they dare not compare half a sentence at all. I can only nod and say yes. But 9 tails thought to himself. Just listen to him fooling around, this kid is definitely not Sage of Six Paths. Whitebeard's Advent card time is over, and ability extraction begins. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the shock fruit ability. Close black lens bracket. Everyone found that Naruto's astonishing spirit had disappeared. It seems that the residual will of Sage of Six Paths is gone. Danzo's eyes lit up. I don't care what your Sage of Six Paths reincarnation, stand in my way to become Hokage, you will die. Wind-style vacuum datama. Danzo took a deep breath, and then blasted out the air rocket, which was quite powerful. As soon as it comes up, the firepower is fully fired, and it can be said that it is very hard. However, this is just a B-rank ninjutsu. A dignified disciple of the second generation, the king of Konoha, who has no powerful ninjutsu at all. What a shame. Everyone did not expect that Danzo would dare to attack the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths, and there was no time to stop it. Nine-Tails was about to transform to protect its master, but Naruto stopped him. He wants to try the shock fruit ability he just got. He turned on the Nine-Tails golden body mode in seconds. The vacuum jade that can blast through the entire body of a person hit it without even making a sound. Advertisement. Third generation and others were surprised. I thought Danzo was also a cage-level ninja, but I didn't expect it to be so good. As for the strongest move in Danzo's vacuum wind style just now, there are quite a few who can catch it. Indeed, if there is no resurrection, Danzo would have been killed by the second pillar. Danzo blushed. Accidentally exposed. Shame on Jill. Why does he like to plot in secret? Why every big event, such as the Nine-Tails Rebellion, Pain's attack, Danzo doesn't know where to hide? Do you think he just wants to preserve his strength so that he can take over the position? No, even if he is Danzo, he still has the heart of a warrior who wants to confront others. He also really wants to pretend. But the problem is, his output is too low, just not as good as others. In order to barely piece together cage-level strength, he had to secretly cooperate with Orochimaru to transplant Sharingan, future transplantation of Hashirama cells, and white eyes, all of which he wanted. Naruto looked at Danzo who was attacking him ineffectively again, and shook his head, showing pity for the weak. Then raised his right hand lightly and slapped him. Although he had all the abilities of Whitebeard before, he was afraid of destroying Konoha by accident, so the output power was very low. Now that he has his own shock fruit ability, he can directly fire at full power. Click. It was as if the sky had been shattered by a single palm. At the same time, Danzo's whole body was broken. Who are you? Why did you hit me? Naruto said in a childish voice, acting cute on purpose. Everyone's face changed drastically. This is not a remnant of the will of Sage of Six Paths, this is Naruto's own power. It seems that Naruto has completely inherited the strength of Sage of Six Paths just now. What ninjutsu is that? Shock escape. To be able to slap a fake cage-level powerhouse to death with one palm. It was terrible. It's not Jinchuriki, but under the sense of crisis, can it exert the power of Nine-Tails Jinchuriki? Perhaps, the highest combat power of our Konoha will be this baby in the future. What are a few beautiful girls to win over such a strong man? Anyway, he can't do much, after all, the crime tool is still small. Quote. Third generation whispered to himself. Namikaze Minato also had a strange look on his face. My newborn son seems to be stronger than him, what is this? If I tell Kushina about this when I go home later, will she laugh at herself? If in the future you really encounter an enemy you can't beat, but the enemy doesn't beat him, and you still say helplessly, who told you to have a son who is invincible? Beat you. Say it like I dare. That picture is so beautiful, I can't bear to imagine it. 12. Congratulations to host for getting a new pet, Shimura Danzo. Advertisement. Danzo was resurrected again, but Naruto did not kill him. For this kind of rookie, he is too lazy to make a move. Anyway, if you feel bad one day, just go to the root base and shoot Danzo to death. What a puff bag. Naruto was not afraid of Danzo's conspiracy behind his back at all. If he dared to attack his relatives, he would directly consume his resurrection armor in one go, and then smashed into mud. Etc. Why do I bother? Danzo, show you a big baby. Naruto directly threw a beast ring at it. Danzo's face suddenly changed. The originally hidden resentment turned into Chigukuo's loyalty. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to host for their new pet, Shimura Danzo. Close black lens bracket. Ha ha. Naruto chuckled secretly. Since then, Danzo has also become my dog. If you want to conspire, you can do it for me. Nine-Tails looked at Danzo's expression, a little unfriendly. Obviously I came first, you are just my little brother, don't even think about competing with me for favor. Danzo is also considered scheming, knowing that it is not suitable for him to kneel down and offer loyalty to his master at this time, and only by hiding can he bring the greatest benefit to his master. But out of jealousy, he still gave Nine-Tails a hard look. You can fight too, the master doesn't need a thug at all, and I can assist the master's intelligence. Third generation was a little helpless, a good friend died twice in a row, and dared to provoke Nine-Tails. I've never seen you so sloppy before. Fortunately, Nine-Tails knows that Danzo is now a teammate and cannot fight, otherwise Danzo may have to die once. Half of Konoha became ruins, and many ninjas were deformed by Nine-Tails. Naruto casually rubbed a larger Rinne Tensei spell light ball and threw it out. Namikaze Minato looked at the ruins and sighed. Arrange someone to collect the dead. Third generation also shook his head. Too many people died in this Nine-Tails riot. In fact, there was something else he didn't dare to say. Even more people died from Naruto concussion attacks. Nine-Tails glanced at third generation. Blame me slightly. Originally, I was only here to destroy Konoha. If you run away, I won't beat you either. But you insist on tickling me and making me feel uncomfortable, okay. Master fourth generation, please let me go, you stepped on my hand. A voice came from the ruins at the foot of the fourth generation. He looked down and saw someone crawling out of the rubble. Namikaze Minato. What's going on? Kakashi, can you give me a hand? At Kakashi's feet, a person who had died tragically also appeared. Advertisement. Kakashi. This is his friend from the same period. When he died just now, he silently shed a few tears. Now it's alive again. What happened? In the bewildered eyes of the crowd. The dead people got up one by one, looking as weird as the resurrection of zombies. What's going on? Aren't they all dead? Third generation, fourth generation and others looked at Naruto who had just thrown a ball of light. Did you, Naruto, bring them back to life? Namikaze Minato swallowed and asked in disbelief. Naruto nodded. I heard the voice of an old man in my mind, saying that he left me with the last strength, and asked me to do so to revive everyone. Third generation's pupils shrank sharply. It is simply a miracle that the power left by Sage of Six Paths can bring so many people back to life. I don't know if there is such power in Naruto's body. If there is, then Naruto can really become the god of Konoha. A person who can resurrect others is not a god, but what is it? Konoha executives such as third generation don't want ordinary people to know Naruto's identity. So fourth generation held Naruto, a flying thunder god technique, and teleported away. Oops, there's another guy thrown on Hokage Rock, the guy with the mask from before. Naruto suddenly remembered something and exclaimed. The one who was suspected to be Uchiha Madara. Namikaze Minato learned that his son, or it should be said that it was the will of Sage of Six Paths before, stunned the mysterious mask that caused the Nine-Tails rebellion, threw it on the Hokage Rock, and rushed back immediately, only to find that the man was gone. Is it really that person? Namikaze Minato's eyes were full of worry. On the border of the land of fire, Uchiha Obito, carried by White Zetsu, wakes up. White Zetsu hurriedly asked, how did you do this? With your Kamui, it's easy to escape. Obito said helplessly. You may not believe me, I was knocked out by a child. White Zetsu. After the Nine-Tails rebellion, Konoha's high-level confidence increased greatly. Because of the addition of a powerful fighter, the son of fourth Hokage, Naruto. The identity of the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths during Naruto has become Konoha's top secret, only known to the third generation, fourth generation and a handful of elite jonins such as Kakashi, Might Guy, etc. Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately contacted Jiraiya and came back to protect and guide Naruto in ninjutsu. And the war is over, Naruto can finally be happy in the water. The group message is naturally 99+. Prince Konoha. Hi everyone, I'm back. I just defeated a big fox and saved a village that was almost destroyed. What are you all talking about? Are you praising me for being handsome? Quote. 13. Flick from Ōtsutsuki Kagaya to Yasogami Airstrike. Advertisement. Trembling tornado. A fox can destroy a village, are you serious? In the world of One Punch Man, monsters whose combat power can destroy a village at best tiger level, not even ghost level. And Tornado, as the second S level of the Heroes Association, is far superior to ordinary dragon level weirdos. In her eyes, tiger level monsters are almost like ants. 16 Winged Fallen Angel Black Cat. It's been hard work, gone N2.jpg. Kagaya G. Thank you for your hard work +1 touch your head.jpg. Because of being sealed away, the world where Ōtsutsuki Kagaya lives is dark. Originally, she was even asleep, but this chat group awakened her consciousness and allowed her to see people from other worlds. The group leader who can establish a chat group across the heavens and worlds in a single thought is a terrifying existence that she can't even imagine. Therefore, she didn't dare to be presumptuous, and she had to show respect to the administrator elected by the group leader, a member named Konoha Prince. Open black lens bracket Konoha Prince close black lens bracket. No hard work, who told me that I am the hope of the whole village, a face of determination.jpg. But seeing Ōtsutsuki Kagaya repeating the reading with the guy who should be Gogen Ruri, Naruto thought it was funny. The princess of the Ōtsutsuki family, the final boss in Hokage, is still very interesting. If I were in the group, I would get this way Yuji. Then wait for Black Zetsu to resurrect him at the end of the Fourth World War, and then introduce to everyone. This is my girlfriend, little Kagaya. Come on, Kagaya, compare an eggplant to everyone. Wouldn't that be more fun? But the most urgent thing is to start with Tornado and Kagaya G and fool them with their skills. Otherwise, why do you want this super dimensional chat group? Isn't it just cutting leaks from group members? I need someone to make a good start, and that's me. Prince Konoha. At Jizu. The owner is big, come out and play. 16 Winged Fallen Angel Black Cat. How dare you call the leader of the group? You are worthy of being the administrator personally appointed by the leader. Trembling JPG. Trembling Tornado. Kagaya G. Shivering JPG. Just now when Naruto was beating the fox, the three of them talked about a lot of things in the group. It is also confirmed that they are indeed from different worlds. This further verifies the stalwart power of the group leader. It also makes them more in awe of the mysterious group leader. So don't say take the initiative to ask the group owner to come to the group to talk, even if you see the administrator at Jizu, you are frightened, for fear of annoying the group owner. After it finished, Naruto quickly switched to the group owner's large account, and replied, "What's the matter?" The girls were both surprised and delighted when they saw that the leader of the group actually appeared. But they are all waiting for what Prince Konoha will say. Prince Konoha. The group leader must be omniscient and omnipotent when he thinks about building a group, so can you give me some pointers? Advertisement. I was young and full of confusion about the future. Quote. It's not a lie. He is indeed very young, only 1 day old. I also have some doubts about how the future will develop. After all, the plot was changed at the beginning, and the fourth generation was saved, which ordinary time travelers would not be able to save. Group owner. You don't have to worry. You will eventually realize your dream and become a Hokage, and you will marry someone who you like and likes you. Hey, I found a very interesting thing. At Muyi Dataizi at Keigaiji, you come from the same world, and your futures are intertwined. Quote. Konoha Prince. Huh, how do you know that my dream is to become Hokage? This is too amazing. You actually know this, it seems that you are really an omniscient god tier, I am convinced. I am no longer probing. By the way, you just said that I have an intersection with another member. Could it be that we will have a fateful encounter in the future? Small face slightly red JPG +1. Quote. Keigaiji. Huh, the little face is slightly red JPG +1. Just now the group leader said that Prince Konoha would marry the person he likes, and that his future would be intertwined with him. Would I marry him? Although she had 2 sons, the blessings from everyone. And she herself has never been in love at all. In essence, she is just a wayward, innocent princess. To her, the ninja world is like a fruit planted and waiting to be harvested. Group owner. At Keigaiji. There are many variables in the future world line, and there is more than one. But I can see that the relationship between the two of you is indeed unusual and has a special relationship. You will be unsealed in the future, which also has a lot to do with him. Quote. Naruto switched from the group leader's large account to the small account again. Konoha Prince. At Keigaiji. Don't worry, I will help you lift the seal and beat the bad guys away. Hearing this, Keigaiji was a little moved. Although she knew that Prince Konoha, who could only run away a fox, should not be very strong, let alone defeating her 2 sons, he was not an opponent of those from the Ōtsutsuki clan. But since he was chosen by the all-knowing and omnipotent group leader, he will definitely grow into an extremely powerful existence in the future. Maybe he can really help him lift the seal, and even protect himself. Therefore, no matter what the purpose is, Ōtsutsuki Kagaya has decided that investing in Konoha Prince will definitely not lose money. You received a skill red envelope from Keigaiji. Congratulations to host for getting Yashigami Karakaki. Bashigami Skystrike. Ōtsutsuki Kagaya is the strongest physical technique that can be launched, shaking the sky with immortality, combining offense and defense, and merciless fists. Every punch is a killer blow. Not even room for a mouse to escape. Close black lens bracket. Naruto was overjoyed, it turned out to be this big move. You must know that Ōtsutsuki Kagaya used this trick to instantly crush the completed body of Rinnegan Susanoo of 6 Paths Sasuke, and instantly kill multiple 6 Paths Shadow clones of 6 Paths Naruto. This is a big win. 14. Riding 9 tails to go shopping in Konoha, when Jiraiya passed by. Advertisement. 8 trigrams make chakra ultimate, concentrate it in the palm, and release it in the air to form countless powerful punches, which are many times stronger than the 8 trigrams air palm of the Hyuga family. It's completely 6 paths level ultimate physical skill. Originally, only Ōtsutsuki Kagaya could use it, but Naruto has a system hook, so he can use it as a skill and release it at will. Seeing that Wei Yuji asked the group leader for important information about herself, Tornado couldn't help it anymore. Trembling Tornado. Group leader. Xiao Longwan, what do you want to say? Tornado's pupils shrank sharply. The group leader really knows that he is young. Although I am not young, but because of past experiments, my body is always fixed in the form of a young girl. Calling her Xiaolongjuan is not wrong. Although if someone called her Xiaolongjuan, she would definitely explode with anger. But since it was said by the unimaginably strong group leader, she could only accept it honestly and dare not refute it at all. It's just that the little face couldn't help turning red. I don't know what's going on with this super-dimensional chat group. Even though he hadn't spoken yet, the chat interface actually showed his own reaction. Trembling Tornado. Small face slightly red JPG. Trembling Tornado. Why does this interface actively reflect my expression? Isn't this the same as seeing the other person's expression in face-to-face communication? Trembling Tornado. Group leader, I want to ask you a question. I want to know where the S-level first blaster of our hero association went. Eyeing JPG. Prince Konoha. What are you looking for to explode? Because the trumpet should be kept tight, it is not suitable for inquiries, so Naruto arranged for the trumpet to come out and set the information. Seeing the administrator, Prince Konoha, questioning, Tornado did not dare to neglect. Trembling tornado. Not long ago, Grandma Shibabawa left her last words before she died, saying that the Earth is going to end, and her previous predictions were 100% accurate. So we need to find the blast to stop the future crisis that will destroy the Earth. Quote. Group owner. I have seen that the world you are in will indeed encounter many crises in the future that can destroy the Earth, but that is not a problem. Because your hero association hides a hero far stronger than Blast. Quote. Naruto Queen spoke. Who knows where the explosion went? Maybe the author didn't think about it himself. Let me tell you the information about Saitama, so as to maintain my all-knowing and all-powerful style. Trembling tornado. What? Is there a hero stronger than Blast? I'm dumbfounded JPG. Group leader. His strength surpasses the sum of all your S-class heroes. He is Saitama, a Class C hero of the Heroes Association, you can find him. Quote. Trembling tornado. C-level hero. If someone told her that a C-level hero was better than her, she probably could throw him into the sky. But since the group leader said it, it shouldn't be false. I'm going to meet him. She quickly contacted and found the information of this Saitama, the hero codenamed, Bald Cloaked Man, who lived in. Hey, he dared to live in the no man's land of City Z. Trembling tornado. Thank you, group leader, then I'll go find this Saitama and get off first. You have received a superpower red envelope from Long Wan. Advertisement. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for getting the superpower of tornado, psychic power. Close black lens bracket. Naruto checked and found that the level of this telekinetic force was at the level of a tornado. Even if he doesn't know anything else, this ability alone will allow him to at least stand at the peak of Cage level. Naruto checked his character panel and sorted out his current skills. Auxiliary skills include Body Replacement Technique, Multiple Shadow Clone Technique, and Rinne Tensai Technique. Attacking skills include the strongest water style to withstand Senju Tobirama's water style Big Explosion Water Rush, water style Hard Vortex Water Blade, Whitebeard's Shock Fruit ability, Ōtsutsuki Kagai's Ultimate Body Technique, 80 God's Air Strike, the powerful telekinetic power of the tornado. There are currently 2 pets, Nine-Tails and Shimura Danzo. There are still 8 remaining beast rings that can forcibly accept creatures including humans as pets. Naruto, what are you laughing at? Namikaze Minato looked at his son who could talk in ninjutsu from birth, and was better than himself, and he had been smiling since just now, which was a little strange. When Naruto heard this, he immediately said nonsense. I'm so happy to see my mother soon. Since I was born, it's the first time I've been so far away from home. Namikaze Minato, are you less than a day old? If you don't feel the blood connection from Naruto. He really doubts that the Naruto Sage of Six Paths reincarnation is false. After all, how can there be a baby who can be a Cage level strong at birth? But Naruto followed like a pet all the way. Nine-Tails shrunk down into a little fox. Tell him it's all true. Alas, now Konoha is qualified to be Naruto teacher, and only Jiraiya teacher. For the sake of secrecy, Namikaze Minato did not tell his wife that Naruto was the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths. Naruto full moon feast on this day. Uchiha, Hyuga and other Konoha giants all came to celebrate. With the presence of the 4th generation, even the Uchiha family, which has many villains since ancient times, dare not give birth to the slightest rebellious heart. Because Namikaze Minato used his own power to reverse Konoha's disadvantages in foreign wars, lead the victory to Konoha, and end the Third Ninja World War. Not to mention that Namikaze Minato successfully sealed Nine-Tails during the Nine-Tails attack a month ago and became the hero who saved Konoha. 4th generation Namikaze Minato's reputation reached its peak at once. Even 3rd generation and Danzo have no objection, but support 4th generation behind their backs. Especially Danzo, looming as the man behind Namikaze Minato. On this day, Jiraiya, one of the Sannin, finally received the news and returned to Konoha. But he thinks that Mr. Sarutobi's news is too exaggerated, just an excuse to fool him back. He didn't believe that someone could tame Nine-Tails, and that person was just a baby. Even if he is very likely to be the son of Hope in the prophecy of To Dashanran. It is absolutely impossible. Then Jiraiya saw a child less than 1 year old riding a fox on Konoha Street. Just passed by him. Jiraiya, 15. Teach Nine-Tails to learn how to meow, and the 3 views collapse Jiraiya. Advertisement. Naturally, I was dumbfounded. What the hell? A child who looks less than 1 year old is running on the dangerous Konoha Street. Although strictly speaking, it wasn't the kid who ran away, but the little fox under his A. But no matter how you look at this picture, it doesn't violate harmony. I don't know what brain circuit. Jiraiya's first reaction was. Could this be Orochimaru? Over the years, he has been looking for opportunities to follow the trail of his renegade friend Orochimaru. Therefore, I also know that good friends have mastered the forbidden technique of living corpse reincarnation. It is possible to transfer one's own spirit into another's body. And according to his information, Orochimaru has tried to change multiple bodies, even including women. This is simply too evil, too taboo, and too enviable. Nonsense. Orochimaru, who is also Sannin, did such a thing secretly. He just wanted to find Orochimaru to criticize severely. So at this time, seeing a child riding a little fox wandering around on Konoha Street, where accidents often occur, he would naturally associate it. Could it be that Orochimaru was out of his wits, or that the body-swapping experiment went wrong, and he had to go into this container and become such a brat? Ha ha ha. Jiraiya smiled unkindly at the thought of that possibility. Jiraiya also knows that this idea is ridiculous. But what's even more absurd is that he actually felt an inexplicable sense of oppression on the little fox under the baby's A. It is a feeling of oppression that can only be felt when faced with endless chakra mantises in the past. Is this little fox a tailed beast? Shaking his head hastily, he threw out this ridiculous idea. How can it be? This little fox doesn't look fierce at all, but rather cute. Doesn't it match the painting style of those fierce and ugly tailed beasts at all? It seems that the big health care has done too much recently, and the brain is confused, right? Jiraiya sighed, helped his waist, and continued to walk forward. But as he walked, he still felt that something was wrong. He suddenly thought, the aura hidden in that little fox just now, isn't it Nine-Tails chakra? Could it be? Jiraiya panicked. He quickly turned around and looked back. Is that you, Nine-Tails? ... Clone technique just works. Naruto riding on Nine-Tails, drinking yogurt, couldn't help but sigh. Today is a great day for his full moon. As the most prestigious fourth Hokage in Konoha, the son of Namikaze Minato. His full moon banquet was almost as big as Hokage's inauguration. There are also many wealthy Jonin families who have brought their newborn daughters, wondering if they can take the opportunity to order a doll kiss with Naruto or something. Even if it doesn't work, it's good to meet in advance to cultivate a relationship. Even if they are less than a year old. Such as the princess of the Hyuga family, Hyuga Hinata. For example, the daughter of Konoha #1 weapon manufacturer, Tien. For example, the second son of the head of the Uchiha family, Uchiha Sasuke. Naruto was too lazy to act silly and cute to so many people, just like a child. So I directly made a shadow clone to play with them, and I took Nine-Tails out for a ride. When Namikaze Minato saw the note and learned that Naruto present was a clone, he couldn't laugh or cry. Therefore, he was careful throughout the whole process, for fear that he would accidentally touch Naruto's clone with force and blow him up. What? Advertisement. Kushina, do you want to hug Naruto? No, I can only hug Naruto now. What? Want to think Naruto is too cute to poke his face and tease him? Guy, you play me guy. So boring. Naruto pouted, causing many girls around to scream. Wow, it's so cute, I have to go up and touch it. That's right. Look at the thick and soft hair, look at those cute big eyes. This cat is so cute. Hearing the human girl praise its owner's cuteness, Nine-Tails felt proud in his heart. Snort. As for the other tailed beasts, my master is not only super powerful, but also cute, so I ask you whether you accept it or not. But listen, Nine-Tails feels something is wrong. Why the more I listen to it, the more I feel like these stupid humans are talking about it. Cat. Ma's lousy as Nine-Tails fox. Nine-Tails was so angry that he opened his mouth wide, bared his teeth, and acted fiercely. The self-confident fierce eyes seemed to say, this uncle is a tailed beast, the kind that destroys a village with one bite, and is the strongest, not a cat. Besides, I'm cute and want to touch me, I'll eat you all. Whole. But such a fierce and cute appearance, on the contrary, looks even more cute. A lot of girls who have no resistance to cuteness come together and want to E. Among them was Yu Hahong, who was still a 12-year-old girl. If Nine-Tails' original violent temper had changed back to his original body, he would be a tailed beast bomb just by opening his mouth. Naruto, who was riding on Nine-Tails, stretched out his little hand and stroked its head. Kurama, you see everyone likes you. Come on, be cute, take a look. Quote. Nine-Tails' eyes were blood red on the spot. Wronged. Even if you are my master, you can't insult me like this, you have a kind. Naruto rubbed his stomach. I'm a little hungry. Nine-Tails was horrified, half swallowed in a few bites. Chakra's horrific memories flashed. It opened its mouth and came. Meow. Naruto clapped his hands and said, like a wolf again. Without hesitation, Nine-Tails raised her head and said, wow. Naruto added, like a dog bark. There are only 0 and countless times of abandoning moral integrity. Nine-Tails. Wow. Hyper-dimensional chat group. Wuzheng Luli, who likes water groups the most, greeted the group as soon as she woke up. 16 Wings Fallen Angel Black Cat. Good morning everyone. Admu Yi Taizi. Administrator, what are you doing? Naruto saw Nine-Tails making various gestures, nodded in satisfaction, and entered the chat group. Prince Konoha. I tamed the fierce and frightening fox that wanted to destroy my village. It is being trained in the village now. Mini Nine-Tails JPG. Quote. Because it was in the water, Naruto didn't see it. There was a man with a forehead protector with the word, oil, written on his head on the side of the road, staring at the fox under his A. He also looked like his 3 views were shattered. 16. Master 4th Generation, Master Jiraiya was beaten up, what a disaster. Advertisement. Jiraiya's eyes widened. The little fox with Nine-Tails chakra is actually meowing and acting cute. How could Nine-Tails act so unscrupulously cute? The style of the strongest tailed beast is completely gone, okay. It seems that this fox must not be Nine-Tails. Jiraiya shook her head and left. Find Minato. But I don't know if it's been many years since I returned to Konoha, or what. Jiraiya got lost while walking. Then he skillfully came to the front of a hot spring bathhouse. Hey, it's all here, let's go in and have a look. Transform. Jiraiya P***sigh instantly, and then walked to the women's bathroom. What a big, hot spring. What a white, hot spring. Jiraiya's nose bleeds. The women around couldn't help but feel a little strange. Why is this woman with greasy writing on her head looking so wretched and looking around with her eyes shining? Because Jiraiya was too excited, she instantly changed back to her original form. Ah, the women screamed instantly. Someone is peeping. A man has sneaked into the women's bathroom. When Jiraiya heard this, she secretly thought that something was wrong. If his true identity is discovered, his reputation will be completely ruined. After all, rabbits don't even eat grass beside their nests. The ones he harmed in the past were all young ladies from other places. He quickly made a disguise so that no one would recognize him, and then quickly escaped from the hot spring bath. Naruto, who happened to be nearby, heard the commotion from the hot spring bath. Someone snooping in the women's bathroom. Don't you know that I, Prince Konoha, am shopping and patrolling the water? This man must be taught a lesson. Quote, Tang Konoha actually has such a person, that's okay. After that, his Princess Hinata will come to the hot springs when she grows up, so wouldn't she be in danger of being seen? No, this bad behavior of peeping must be completely cut off in my hands. No matter who this man is, he will be severely punished. Naruto clamped his legs and flew into the sky with 9 tails. Flying is just a basic operation for Naruto, who has the ability to tornado. Soon he's locked on to a man who's frantically escaping from a hot spring bath. Don't run, voyeur. Naruto punched with a low-power shock. Click. The air shatters like a mirror. A shock force swept away. As a veteran of World War II, Jiraiya has rich combat experience. He realized that the attack was coming too fast and he couldn't dodge it. He immediately activated his defensive skills. Ninja. Needle Jizo. Jiraiya's hair immediately turned into needles thicker than a hedgehog, completely covering her whole body. Although the hairpin was hard, it was still broken by Naruto's punch. Barely blocking the shocking fist, Jiraiya quickly avoided it, suddenly felt a little cold on the head, and when he touched it, he was bald. FK. I didn't know who attacked him just now, but he was bald all at once. If I knew it earlier, I wouldn't need this defense. Who is it? The punch just now already had cage-level power. But it doesn't belong to anyone in my impression. Advertisement. It's not the old man of third generation, it's not Danzo, it's not Minato, so who is it? Minato, what did you guys do? Let such a mysterious strongman sneak into Konoha. If I hadn't collected information in the hot spring bath and forced him out, I don't know what would have happened. In a split second, Jiraiya excused herself to go to the hot spring bath. Then the next step, just grab the person just now. Only through the previous round of offense and defense, Jiraiya realized that normality may not be his opponent. So he decided to turn on Sage Mode. Oh, I didn't expect to come back and ask me to turn on Sage Mode, I feel tired. Konoha is really not safe. Quote. But Jiraiya cannot transform into Sage Mode alone. He must first summon the 2 Great Toad Sage Fukasaku and Shima from Mount Myoboku to stand on his shoulders before it can be activated. The disadvantage is that the accurate time is too long. Summoning technique. Soon, Fukasaku and Shima, 2 Great Toad Sages of Mount Myoboku, were summoned to Konoha. Fukasaku. Isn't this Konoha village? Shima. Little Jiraiya, are you in any trouble? How did you summon the 2 of us to Konoha? Hey, little Jiraiya, why are you bald? Quote. Jiraiya took a deep breath and explained. A mysterious strongman sneaked into Konoha, mastered a shocking blood succession limit, and actually smashed my A-level defensive ninjutsu Needle Jizo with a single punch. So I want to activate Sage Mode. Quote. Fukasaku narrowed his eyes sharply. Punch the bald little Jiraiya. The strength is so terrifying. Shima sighed. Little Jiraiya, it's time for you to learn how to open Sage Mode alone. Jiraiya looked aggrieved. You think I don't want to? The point is that I can't do it. Quote. Jiraiya rushed into a mall, hid in a corner, and finally turned on Sage Mode. Sage Art. Rebirth. He immediately regenerated his full head of dense hair, and then rushed out. Come on, mysterious powerhouse. Look how powerful I am, great immortal toad. Quote question mark quote. Quote exclamation mark quote. Quote question mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. Master Fourth Generation, report something. Suddenly an Anbu member appeared behind Namikaze Minato. What's the matter? Fourth Generation asked. Anbu members actually appeared at Naruto's full moon banquet. It seems that the situation is very serious. Master Jiraiya came back, and then, Ms. Jiraiya is back, Fourth Generation asked in surprise. He had told Anbu to keep a close watch on him, and if he found Teacher Jiraiya back, he would report it immediately. Then what happened? Anbu member. We have been monitoring the trail of Master Jiraiya, and found that he disguised his identity, peeped in the hot spring bath, and was discovered. Fourth Generation couldn't help but raise their foreheads when they heard this. Teacher Jiraiya is still the same. But I think, with the strength of Teacher Jiraiya, he should not be discovered and escape smoothly. Master Jiraiya made a disguise and hid his identity, but he couldn't escape, but was caught, and then. Speaking of which, the Anbu member whose true identity is Uchiha Shisui still hesitated. Then Jiraiya-sama was beaten up in the street, it's miserable. Namikaze Minato. Sorry, what are you talking about, please say it again. Teacher Jiraiya was beaten. How can this be? No one can beat Konoha-sensei Jiraiya. Hey, wait, Namikaze Minato looked at the cute Naruto avatar in his arms, and made a bold guess in his heart. No way. 17. Raise your hand to kill Sage Art, Gomon. Advertisement. Namikaze Minato swallowed. In fact, here in Konoha, there is really one person who is better than Mr. Jiraiya. That was his son, Naruto, who had inherited part of the power of the Sage of Six Paths from his previous life. Those who can stun elite Jonin and Genin with Conqueror's Haki can tame the majestic natural disaster Nine-Tails and become cute pets. Naruto's strength has long surpassed the ordinary Cage level. If Mr. Jiraiya was beaten in Konoha, there is only one murderer. Tell me, the person who beat up Teacher Jiraiya, shouldn't it be Naruto? Captain Anbu, Uchiha Shisui, currently the strongest Uchiha clan, nodded. It's Mr. Ling. As one of the very few elite Jonin who witnessed the events of the Nine-Tails rebellion from start to finish. Uchiha Shisui is also like Kakashi, Might Guy and others. Knowing that Naruto, the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths, is the #1 master of Konoha. But he didn't expect Naruto to be stronger than Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sannin. The battle between the two of them, no, it's not a battle anymore. From the beginning of the battle, it was one-sided. Master Fourth Generation, you should hurry over there. You are the only one who can stop Lord Ling and save Lord Jiraiya. Quote. As he spoke, Uchiha Shisui couldn't help showing sympathy for Jiraiya in his eyes. Fighting against the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths is hard for you. Namikaze Minato looked at the avatar in his arms, only to know that Naruto's avatar was cute and silly with his fingers in his arms, with a strange look on his face. He stuffed the Naruto clone directly into Uchiha Shisui's arms. Go out and tell everyone I have something to do, come back right away, be careful, don't break Naruto's avatar. As soon as the words fell, Namikaze Minato disappeared. Konoha village has left flying thunder god spells everywhere. Therefore, in the village, he can realize teleportation everywhere. Uchiha Shisui awkwardly holding baby Naruto avatar. Go forward a little bit in time, go back to Jiraiya, enter Sage mode, rush out, and let the enemy feel the fear of Toad Sage. Then he saw Naruto floating in the air using the super telekinetic power of the tornado. You can actually fly. This is too bullying. Humph, you are amazing at flying. Will I not attack remotely in the future? Sage Art. Fire style big flame bullet. Jiraiya opened her mouth and spat out, and the toad oil refined by the magic chakra in her body sprayed out, and after being ignited by fire style. It formed a huge flame bomb with a temperature of more than 1000 degrees, and went straight to Naruto. It was powerful enough to burn the whole world. At this time, Naruto also made a disguise, put on a hat, put on a coat. Advertisement. His small body, plus the mini Nine-Tails that he tucked under his buttocks to the sky, are all covered in a coat. He really looked like an adult. In the face of Jiraiya's fairy attack, neither Naruto nor his Nine-Tails are afraid at all. Naruto has many ways to solve this trick. For example, use Whitebeard's shock fruit ability to shatter the flame bomb in front of you, but that may cause the entire Konoha to suffer a major earthquake. Whitebeard's shock fruit ability is completely a disaster level ability, which can cause heaven and earth to shatter at every turn. It is very useful against the enemy, but in your own territory, forget it. Every time he used Junquan before, he restrained himself from using a very small power output, which only caused some shocking power. As for 80 God's Airstrike, as the ultimate ninjutsu stronger than 8 inner gates fully opened. It is a god-level physical skill that can only be activated by Ōtsutsuki Kagaya who has trained chakra to ultimate. Powerful enough for an instant the Susanoo completion of 6 Paths Sasuke. If Naruto hadn't turned on the system to hang up and learned Yashigami Air Strike as a skill. Even if he has 6 Paths level strength in the future, he may not be able to learn such god-level physical skills. But because this is also a natural disaster level skill that can cause large-scale terrain deformation, Naruto doesn't plan to use it either. He can also use the super telekinetic power of the tornado to bounce the huge flame bomb back. After all, a tornado can easily bounce back an alien shell that could destroy a city. And this big flame bomb is just a slightly bigger fireball. But rebounding back, it is estimated that many innocent passers-by in Miss Genin will be killed, such as Yuhihong, Azuki Shion and other Konoha girls who were shopping. So, the simplest is still like this. Naruto stretched out his black coat with a small hand, and scratched at the void. Then, the huge great fireball, which was originally super high and super high temperature, with an aura that could burn the sky. Just swipe the ground like this, without even a little red star, it's gone. Jiraiya blinked, dazed. My great flame ball, such a big one, was shot out by me just now, why is it suddenly gone? Not far away, Anbu Captain Uchiha Shisui's blood-red Mangekyo Sharingan is almost staring out. Master Naruto grabbed the air so casually, and he caught Jiraiya-sama's Sage Art Dion bullet. Jiraiya gasped. This mysterious strong man who sneaked into Konoha has such terrifying strength. It seems that I can no longer hide my clumsiness, I must open it up. Otherwise, Konoha might really be destroyed in the hands of this mysterious strong man. Sage Art Gomon. Jiraiya yelled, as if calling out the name of the move would increase its power. This is the combination of his Sage mode and the two immortals on his shoulders. It can be called one of his strongest output of Sannin Jiraiya. 18. Yashigami Airstrike vs Sage Art Massive Rasengan. Countdown to Konoha Destruction. Advertisement. One of Jiraiya's strongest output requires one person and two toads to work together. Jiraiya extracts the toad essential oil with the Sensu chakra, which is used by the sages as wind style, and by the Shima sages as fire style. The combination of the three techniques finally formed thousands of degrees of kerosene, which was as hot as the surface of the sun, enough to devour all tangible substances. As long as the enemy is killed, he will recycle the fire oil without leaking a single drop. Seeing the overwhelming high-temperature kerosene pouring from the sky, Naruto was completely furious. This peeping thief actually used this kind of ninjutsu with a wide range of destruction. What if he watered flowers, plants, and young ladies? Naruto closed his eyes, and the power of thought swept out, enveloping and compressing the kerosene all over the sky. A barrier is formed outside with telekinetic power, and finally a fireball bomb with ultra-high temperature and ultra-compressed kerosene inside is formed. Once it explodes, it can definitely destroy a small village. Jiraiya was completely dumbfounded. My fire style is the strongest sage art, which is powerful enough to destroy half of the village's fire oil, but it was taken away in a blink of an eye. What a horror. Senju Hashirama, the legendary god of ninja world, probably can't do it either. Even if he can block his big move, but compress such a large piece of kerosene with thousands of degrees and tens of thousands of caddies into a small bead. Such an ability is simply unimaginable. Even if you think about it, you can't imagine it. Jiraiya knew that he had met a real boss now. Originally, he actually had some disdain for people who were called gods. The so-called gods are nothing but mortals who are stronger than ordinary people. As the peak cage level benchmark, he has never seen a few ninjas who are more powerful than him. Those who can hold him firmly. The entire ninja world is just Hanzo of the Salamander, the demigod of the ninja world. But at this moment, the power of the person in front of him completely frightened him, and even made him lose the courage to fight. He is stronger now than he was in World War II, and he is confident that he will not be much weaker than the demigod Hanzo of the Salamander. But now, this mysterious person with godlike power made him really scared. Hey, wait a minute. What did he say at first? Peeping thief. In other words, the mysterious man shot because he peeped into the women's bathroom. This is a big misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. I'm a little Huang Wen writer. I wasn't peeping before, I was just collecting materials. Jiraiya, who was also wearing a bamboo hat and covered her face and the two little toads on her shoulders, quickly explained. Naruto put the fireball bomb in his pocket, then stared at Jiraiya with cold eyes. Take materials. What if in the future you draw material from my Hinata? Besides, in today's peaceful Konoha, how dare you use such a powerful ninjutsu attack? B****************** D, you are dead. Laozi is going to explode. At worst, I will put another Rinne Tensai ball to revive the unfortunate dead. Shen Dharma 80 God's Air Strike. Naruto yelled, because it fits the characteristics of the anime. The next moment, 80 terrifying giant palms formed from around Naruto. And wrapped in the power of wind and thunder to destroy the sky. Attacking Jiraiya below. Advertisement. The air burst. Set off countless storms. Ah, another day of nuclear flatness for Konoha. Jiraiya below. FK, this is a big game. This move, the whole Konoha can't bear it. I just came back from Anato's son's full moon feast. Don't I just take a peek at the beautiful woman taking a shower? How did things become like this? There is no other way. In order to prevent Konoha from being destroyed, I had to make another big move and hold on for a while. Sage Art Massive Rasengan. Jiraiya roared, and at the same time quickly gathered a large amount of Senju chakra in the palm of his hand. Eventually a massive Rasengan that is dozens of times larger than the Rasengan is formed. The power is strong enough to severely damage the tailed beast. In terms of destructive power alone, Jiraiya would like to call this move the strongest. Since the attack was aimed at the enemy in the sky, Jiraiya didn't worry about destroying Konoha. At the same time he cried out in his heart. Minato, Mr. Sarutobi, and old Yinbi Danzo. What are you 3 cage level doing? Hurry up and help me. I can't take it anymore. Relying on the god-level strength of the mysterious man who took him away in an instant, Sage Art. Gomon. It may not be useful to use all your own big moves. Seeing the picture of Naruto in the black coat clapping 80 giant palms, about to PK Jiraiya massive Rasengan. Uchiha Shisui who was watching not far away. Hello you two. One is the teacher of 4th Hokage. One is the son of the 4th Hokage. Don't be misunderstood. Just destroy the leaves. As the strongest Uchiha family who has been completely brainwashed by the will of fire, Uchiha Shisui looks helpless. If you continue to destroy, don't force me to use distinguished heavenly gods to order you not to fight. Under the guidance of the ninja, the surrounding civilians skillfully fled into the shelter. This posture is comparable to the Nine-Tails attack on Konoha a month ago. People who just bought a house in Konoha said that if the limelight is over, if they are still alive, they must move. Konoha, the strongest Konoha who won 3 battles in the ninja world and won 1 against 4, doesn't seem to be so safe. The third generation, who likes to peek around with a crystal ball, cuts the screen, and it happens to cut to the street with the first hot spring bathhouse in the country of fire, and I plan to stay for a while. Then his eyeballs almost popped out. In the crystal ball, Jiraiya holds the massive Rasengan and shoots it towards the sky. Dozens of giant palms bigger than houses volleyed in the sky. The collision of 2 Super S-class ninjutsu is enough to destroy half of Konoha. Third generation. Konoha is going to be destroyed again. Can anyone tell me what exactly happened? 19. Naruto. Stop hitting, that's Teacher Jiraiya. Ask for flowers. Close black lens bracket. Advertisement. Sarutobi Hiruzen felt tired. Konoha was almost torn apart by Nine-Tails in a month. On this happy day of Naruto's full moon banquet, the reincarnation of Sage of Six Paths, there are still people who dare to make trouble in Konoha, don't they want to live? Because of Prince Konoha's full moon banquet, Konoha's famous ninjas have all arrived, and now Konoha's assembled combat power is all elites. Just contact Namikaze Minato, who is receiving guests next door, and give an order, won't the enemy be obedient? Just when Sarutobi Hiruzen was going to tell Namikaze Minato that someone in Konoha shopping street was going to destroy the village with a big move, so he should hurry there with Flying Thunder God technique. He stopped suddenly. Hey, wait, isn't that oversized ball the Sage Art Massive Rasengan? As far as he knows, there are only 2 people in the entire ninja world who know how to do this. One is the current Konoha 4th Hokage, Namikaze Minato. And the other one is Minato's teacher, his disciple, Jiraiya. Looking at Jiraiya's disguised appearance, and the 2 great toad sages faintly appearing from the bamboo hat, it is really Jiraiya. He came back so soon. He is still fighting fiercely with people in Konoha shopping street, enough to destroy everything around him. In the end, what happened? I called you back because I want you to be Naruto teacher. Why did you fight with people as soon as you came back? However, I would like to see, besides Jiraiya, who else dares to fight in Konoha, and still looks like he is not afraid of destroying Konoha. If it was before, Sarutobi Hiruzen might still be a little bit worried when he saw the mysterious person who was able to have a 50-50 relationship with Jiraiya for so long. But now, with the strategic power of Naruto, the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths who tamed the Nine-Tails, in the village, he's swollen. You wait, when I figure out your identity, I will tell Naruto to beat you. Sarutobi Hiruzen magnifies the image of the mysterious man with dozens of giant palms above the sky. This person is very strange, the whole body is covered in a coat, and the bamboo hat covers the whole head, it seems that the head is not big. And the bottom is even more strange, protruding from the front and back. It looked like a child riding a dog and wearing a coat. Seeing this, the expression on Sarutobi Hiruzen's face gradually froze. He opened the door and looked at the adorable Naruto who was holding his fingers in Minato's arms in the next hall. Then I looked at the fox tails flashing past the black coat in the crystal ball. Can't help swallowing saliva. No. No way. Fighting with Jiraiya, the mysterious person who is about to destroy Konoha is Naruto itself. He looked at the Minato couple who were still receiving guests, and wanted to shout. Minato, your son is fighting with your teacher outside and is going to destroy Konoha. But even now, it's too late. Because Konoha Commercial Street is empty. Shenfa Yaoshin Kongjian vs Sage Art Massive Rasengan. A fierce collision is about to begin. The audience, including third generation and Uchiha Shisui, held their breath. Who will win? This is not a problem at all. They are very confident in Jiraiya's strength, which is the peak of Kage level. It is absolutely impossible to be an opponent of Naruto who can tame Nine-Tails like a dog. Let's see how long Jiraiya adult can last. But the next moment, even though they had already guessed, there was still a scene that they would never forget. Jiraiya didn't know that his respected teacher Sarutobi and Uchiha's Jr. who had taught the will of fire, these 2 Kage level players thought they were bound to lose. Advertisement. If he knew, he would probably be so angry that he would scream. You also know that I am not his opponent, so you didn't save me, but just watch there, have your consciences been eaten by Orochimaru? His eyes were full of unprecedented dignity. As if yelling can increase the power of ninjutsu, Jiraiya yelled again. Sage Art Massive Rasengan. Collision. The oversized celestial art Rasengan hit the palm of a giant palm. It seemed like a moment, but in fact, hundreds of thousands of palms had been hit on Massive Rasengan. It looks like just touching it, Massive Rasengan shatters like a glass bead. I thought I could rub it for a few seconds, but I didn't expect my Massive Rasengan to be seconds. At this moment, Jiraiya deeply realized the huge gap between the two. This gap is bigger than the gap between ordinary people and Ying. He could see that the mysterious man in the sky had no intention of killing him. Even the slap of Sage Art that instantly killed him just now, he restrained himself somewhat. Otherwise, under the power of the giant palm, his body would have collapsed like Rasengan's. I was wrong. Jiraiya realizes that the person coming is not an enemy who wants to destroy Konoha, so she resolutely admits. I shouldn't be peeping. I am not a bad guy. I am also a person of Konoha. In fact, my identity is. Jiraiya was about to reveal that he was actually Konoha Hokage's teacher. Don't hit him, but it was too late. Naruto directly used telekinesis, pulled Jiraiya to the sky, and beat him up. I don't care who you are. I'm the Konoha prince, and my dad is Hokage. It's not a big deal to be a pervert who peeps at the women's bathroom. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who saw Jiraiya being beaten up in the sky by his disciple's son, fell silent. Although I don't know what happened. But obviously Naruto didn't kill Jiraiya. Then he doesn't care. Uchiha Shisui looked strange. Although I know that Mr. Jiraiya, you should not be the opponent of Master Celebrity, but you won't be caught in an instant. Seeing Jiraiya's body swell up at a speed visible to the naked eye, Shisui felt that he couldn't watch anymore. Afraid of Spicy his Mangekyo Sharingan. As the instant Shisui, he quickly found fourth Hokage and reported the situation. Then, finally, looking at the clone of Naruto in his arms, Shisui looked uncomfortable, as if holding a big bomb. I am afraid that if I accidentally make Naruto uncomfortable, I will be beaten like Master Jiraiya. Namikaze Minato teleported to the commercial street and was dumbfounded when he saw the scene of his son violently beating his teacher above the sky. The corner of Namikaze Minato's mouth twitched slightly when he thought that Jiraiya was beaten for peeping in the women's hot spring bathroom, and that Jiraiya even disguised herself in order not to reveal her identity. Before the people from the newspaper office arrived, he hurriedly shouted into the sky, Naruto, stop hitting, that's teacher Jiraiya. Naruto. Jiraiya. 20. Kakashi asks Jiraiya to sign, kindness to paradise. Advertisement. Naruto looked at the voyeur who was fixed in the air with his thoughts, and then beat him up. Is this the author of Kakashi's favorite, Intimate Paradise, series of 18 banned books, Jiraiya, a well-known ninja writer? Jiraiya. Jiraiya looked at the mysterious man who abused him after fighting him, and beat him into a daze. The Super Cage level strong man who beat him up is the son of my apprentice Minato, Naruto. Etc. Wasn't he only a month old? How can it be so strong? Naruto. Fukasaku and Shima on Jiraiya's shoulder. For a long time, it was your apprentice's son who beat you. I'm sorry, we don't have time to deal with this kind of internal disputes, sorry to bother you, goodbye. Namikaze Minato saw the reporters from the newspaper office coming in the distance, so he asked Anbu Ninja to block him. Otherwise, Jiraiya and Naruto will be on the headlines of Konoha Daily the next day. Shock. The truth about the vicious brawl in Konoha Shopping Street is actually, close double angle bracket. On the day of the full moon feast of Naruto, the son of fourth Hokage, there was an extremely serious and vicious fight on Konoha Street. A legendary figure with high respect in Konoha, Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sannin, was actually beaten in the street. What is even more shocking is that the murderer is actually the protagonist of Prince Konoha's full moon banquet, the son of the fourth generation, and Master Naruto. This news is afraid that it will shatter the three views of many people. At the same time, Mr. Jiraiya is afraid that he will feel ashamed, so he will stay away from Konoha from now on, and come back without shame. Namikaze Minato quickly supported Jiraiya. Teacher, are you alright? Jiraiya pointed to his face swollen into a pig's head. Do you look like I'm okay? Minato, you can do it, you gave birth to such a powerful son, hiss. Namikaze Minato looked guilty. Ms. Jiraiya, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. By the way, why are you guys fighting? Jiraiya's old face flushed, and she was embarrassed to say that she was actually peeping at the women's bathroom to expose herself, but was caught and beaten by Naruto, the successor of the Will of Fire. So he pretended to wave his hand vigorously. It's all trivial, not worth mentioning, just take me to Muya Hospital and find a medical class for treatment. This is true. After all, he was tortured by Tsunade's strange iron fist when he was young, and he was used to being beaten. Naruto just finds it funny. Unexpectedly, the identity of the voyeur is pervy sage Jiraiya, who likes to do voyeurism in the name of collecting materials. In fact, he should have expected that, after all, in the entire ninja world, there are not many people who know immortal skills and make balls. He rode 9 tails, fell to the ground, opened his black coat, and shook his little hand at Jiraiya. It's you. Jiraiya was taken aback. Naruto was actually the kid who was shopping on a fox riding a fox. In other words, this cute little fox is really the 9 tails who has been in charge of the great demon king of Destroyer Village all the time. Jiraiya couldn't help taking a few steps back in fright, for fear that 9 tails would suddenly give him a mouthful of tailed beast bomb. Advertisement. Don't be afraid, now Xiaoju is Konoha's guardian beast. Naruto touched the collar, king beast ring, on his long-lost neck, and smiled. 9 tails nodding obediently. JPG. Who is afraid? Don't talk nonsense. Jiraiya blushed again. Not to mention the peeping was caught and beaten by the apprentice's son, and now he is scared when he sees the subdued 9 tails himself, what a shame. But seeing 9 tails become like this, still behaved like a pet, Jiraiya couldn't help but a little shock flashed in his eyes. In order to take care of the elderly Jiraiya's face, Namikaze Minato didn't say anything. Jiraiya saw the 9 tails under Naruto's A*, who was as honest as a loyal dog, and became more curious about Naruto. According to Sarutobi teacher's letter, coupled with the prophecy of Toad Daxian, he believes that Naruto is the savior who can save the ninja world in the future, and it doesn't matter if he surpasses him. But Naruto is less than 1 year old, only 1 month old, and he is better than him, which is unacceptable. Being beaten like this by a child less than 1 year old is almost thrown to Mount Myoboku. Must not let others know about this. For example, Tsunade, like good friend Orochimaru, who is afraid of being teased. Jiraiya, the tail of the crane, I heard that you were caught and beaten in the air by a child less than 1 year old because of peeping, haha, you deserve it. Minato, no one else knows about this, right? Minato shook his head. Don't worry, not many people know, except for the Anbu ninja led by Uchiha Shisui, just us. And I also ordered the Anbu ninja to block the reporter so that no one else would know. Quote. Jiraiya breathed a sigh of relief. I'm afraid that the old man of the third generation will see it with a crystal ball. But it shouldn't be such a coincidence, right? Namikaze Minato teleports back to the banquet hall. Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sannin, returned to Konoha on purpose in order to attend Naruto's full moon feast. The news was like a strong 8-level gale, and soon swept the entire Konoha village. The most exciting thing is Anbu elite Kakashi. He brought, Kind to Heaven, and asked the author to autograph it. Although he was only 14 at the time, he had been a jonin for 2 years and was a huge fan of the Kissing Paradise series. In the 2 years since his good friends Obito and Lin died, Massive Paradise was his greatest consolation. Master Jiraiya, ask for an autograph. Holding the book, Kakashi suddenly appeared in front of Jiraiya's group who had just come out of the commercial street. Ah, Master Jiraiya, how did you become like this? Who did it? Can Jiraiya be beaten like this? Is it possible that there are tailed beasts invading Konoha again? Reminiscent of the movement on the commercial street before, Kakashi's face suddenly became serious. On the side, Naruto riding Nine-Tails smiled without saying a word. Jiraiya looked embarrassed. She didn't expect to meet Anbu's fans. After signing the autograph skillfully, she said with an embarrassed smile. It's okay, I accidentally got hurt when I was collecting materials. Kakashi couldn't help sighing. I didn't expect writing a book to be so hard. Master's work, I will definitely buy another 10 sets to support it when I go back. 21. In the name of God, sweep the ninja world. Advertisement. Hearing that the Anbu ninja with a white mask in front of him said that he would buy another 10 sets, Jiraiya was overjoyed. Although he earned a lot from royalties, in Konoha he also belongs to the rich man who owns a house. But he couldn't help him to take care of his health every day and help the poor ladies. I just didn't expect that you turned out to be such an Anbu ninja. I actually like my 18 forbidden works. You don't know, the hardest part is collecting materials. People will always misunderstand me, thinking that I am an evil person, and I may even be caught and beaten. Cough cough. Speaking of this, Jiraiya couldn't help but glanced at Naruto, with a dignified look. Actually, I just want to add bricks and tiles to the field of ninja literature and art. Naruto glanced at Jiraiya coldly. The miniature version of Nine-Tails also gave him a cold look. I believe you ghost. You just want to peek at the bodies of beautiful young girls. The idol was in front of him, and he also communicated with him about the things behind the writing. Kakashi couldn't help but be overjoyed. But with the task in hand, he left soon. Ahem, Naruto, right. You were really born only a month ago. Jiraiya looked at Naruto who was shopping in Konoha riding Nine-Tails, and couldn't help asking. Even though his body was still aching, he still couldn't believe that he was abused by a child who was only 1 month old. What is it that he has worked so hard for most of his life just now? Wouldn't it be better to hang it when someone was just born? A series of hair ninjutsu that he is proud of, no one else in the entire ninja world knows, but was slapped away by Naruto. If he hadn't been regenerated with chakra, he would have entered the middle-aged bald crisis early. And he was comparable to the top fire style of the Uchiha family, the Toad Oil Fire Bomb, but was caught by Naruto's little hand. That's fine, after all, it's just his normal output. But when he entered the strongest Sage mode, he used the 2 most powerful big moves, the Gomon with thousands of degrees, and the massive Rasengan that was enough to destroy a hill, but he still couldn't even make Naruto move. This is even more embarrassing. Mr. Sarutobi also asked me to be a Naruto ninjutsu master. How can I have the qualifications? But Jiraiya still has the last pride in her heart. That is his strongest technique, not the first 2, but the super powerful auditory illusion, toad singing performed by the cooperation of the 2 great toad sages with the cry of frogs. Disturb the opponent's nerves with high-intensity sound waves, trapping the opponent in the illusion barrier so that they cannot move. Then the 2 sages stab the opponent's body with the stone sword unique to Mount Myoboku. When returning to reality, the opponent is already dead. You know, even the illusion of the Uchiha family can only make people enter hallucinations, but cannot cause physical attacks. But his illusion has its own lethal attack, so I ask you if you are strong. Naruto nodded. Yes, but don't be discouraged. I'm just inheriting part of the power of the previous life. In the entire ninja world, there is no other person except me. I'm discouraged. Haha. Advertisement. Jiraiya smiled. Don't think that you defeated me just now. Not to mention that I haven't used my strongest technique, Sage Art Toad Linsong. Just before, because I was afraid of destroying Konoha, and because I didn't know your identity. I didn't do my best in the battle just now. For example, my first-class seal technique, the enchantment ninjutsu that can block chakra, and the summoning technique that can summon a bunch of Mount Myoboku toad summoning beasts are all unused. Not to mention you may not know, but I am the person who has done the most S-level missions in Konoha. Quote. You didn't use all your strength. Naruto couldn't help laughing when he heard that. What gave you the illusion that I was using my strength? I didn't use much force at all, okay. Quote. It is indeed true. Not to mention that Whitebeard is enough to destroy Naval Headquarters' shock fruit ability. The tornado can rebound the alien city destroying shells, and pull out the psychodynamic force of the headquarters of the Monster Association from more than 1,000 meters underground. The light is Yashigami Skystrike from Ōtsutsuki Kagaya. Fully open. The whole Konoha can be destroyed in a few seconds. It hasn't cooled yet. This is not comparable to 6 Paths Super Shenluo Tianzheng, whose cooldown is a bit long. In the previous battle, he was afraid of accidentally destroying Konoha, so he restrained his output, otherwise Konoha Commercial Street would have disappeared. Naruto estimates that although he doesn't have many tricks now, in terms of the ability to modify the map of the ninja world, at least it is at the same level as Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, who can turn mountains into valleys of the end. Even 6 paths can be achieved if you take the time to master your abilities. But in the current ninja world, not to mention the 6 paths level, there is not even a super shadow peak. Even 6 paths pain, the ceiling of combat power before the Fourth World War in the ninja world, can barely be regarded as a 6 paths level goalkeeper. In terms of combat effectiveness, it is actually inferior to Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara, 2 humanoid map modifiers. Alas, I was born only a month ago, and I already want to retire. It's all the fault of being too invincible. But there's still a lot to do. For example, being a Hokage, cultivating my Hinata, visiting the ninja world, taking time to fight the Akatsuki organization, unifying the Genin world, etc. And Kagaya, the princess of the Ōtsutsuki family, has not been rescued yet. Forget it, set a small goal first, and when the strength is stronger than Ōtsutsuki Kagaya, rescue this group of friends, and then help her fight other Ōtsutsuki clan. Detect the host's wish, start the main task of the god of ninja world. Close black lens bracket. Task content. In the name of God, defeat the leaders of the major ninja organizations and ninja villages in the ninja world, sweep the ninja world, and become the god of the ninja world. Close black lens bracket 22. Orochimaru Impure World Reincarnation released 1st generation, 2nd Hokage. Advertisement. Choose. Host. Close black lens bracket. Choice 1. Set off at the age of 10, and in the name of God, sweep away all major countries in the ninja world. Advent Hitaki Kakashi Advent card. Close black lens bracket. Choice 2. Set off at the age of 5, and in the name of God, sweep away all major countries in the ninja world. Bonus Doflamingo Advent card. Close black lens bracket. Choice 3. Set off at the age of 3, and in the name of God, sweep all the countries in the ninja world. Reward Aizen Sosuke Advent card. Close black lens bracket. Naruto didn't fluctuate on the surface, but he couldn't help being happy inside. Although he feels that he is already strong enough, in terms of output, he can be called the #1 humanoid natural disaster in the ninja world. On nurses, with the resurrection skill of the Heretic Rinne Tensai technique, even if you die, if you resurrect one less, I will lose. And because the system is bound to his spirit, he is immune to any illusions. But in terms of illusion, summoning, etc., it is a gap in his skill tree. Summoning doesn't matter. Anyway, it is also to increase the output, what he does not lack is the output. And already has the pet 9 tails. For the rest, at worst, just throw a few more beast rings. But he lacks illusion output. Uchiha Itachi played illusion much more than 6A. It's rare to come to the world of Hokage, not to play illusion, not to PK with Tsukuyomi, distinguished heavenly gods, how boring. As a result, the system will send whatever is missing. Decisively choose 3, just hope that when the time comes, Uhuang will draw Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu, the strongest hallucination system of Aizen. The feeling of opening and hanging is really cool. He took a look, the choice this time was not for him to complete the previous main task, but to choose the departure time. It's a pity that you can only choose when you are 3 years old, 5 years old, and 10 years old, otherwise you can leave now. Then I will take advantage of these 3 years to retreat and practice the abilities I have mastered before. After 3 years, get out of customs, take the Aizen Advent card, and then sweep the ninja world. Naruto suddenly felt relieved because he had a plan for the next few years. Although Naruto told the truth, Jiraiya didn't believe it. On the contrary, I feel that Minato, the son, has developed the bad habits of the Uchiha family since he was born, and he likes to pretend. Your palm that fell from the sky can knock out my massive Rasengan in seconds, and you said you didn't use much force. Who are you kidding? I do not believe, but he didn't argue with Naruto either. My contemporary Hokage teacher, with a baby, arguing about this, okay. Don't say it, it's all because of you. But looking at the 9 tails that Naruto was riding, Jiraiya's face was still a little weird. Well, just having Naruto as a pet is enough for me. Okay, I admit defeat. Obviously the newly released sequel of Kissing Heaven is selling very well. Back to the long-lost Konoha, I will meet my good friend Orochimaru soon. It should have been double the joy. But why am I not happy at all now, but feel very painful instead? Why? Advertisement. Sanin Jiraiya, who was dignified in the Megatron ninja world, was beaten by a child and became a little autistic. Speaking out, it is estimated that Orochimaru can laugh out loud. And Orochimaru happened to be laughing right now. He was doing experiments at Konoha's underground base. As the chief scientist of Konoha, he respects his post and loves his work. Whether it is the incident of Nine-Tails attacking Konoha or the Naruto vs Jiraiya battle that just happened, nothing bothers him. He has been in the lab for more than a month. Finally, he has mastered the otherworldly summoning forbidden technique developed by second Hokage Senju Tobirama, reanimation jutsu, and successfully summoned first generation, second Hokage. Although the Jonin from 2 enemy villages were captured as containers, they were far from being able to exert the strength of the first generation second generation during their lifetime. But at least it has cage level strength. He has 1 cage level and comes with 2 cage levels. Don't talk about the old man of 3rd generation and the crane tail of Jiraiya. I am afraid that Namikaze Minato is not his opponent. From then on, I am the strongest Konoha. Ha ha ha. Orochimaru, what are you laughing at? Jiraiya's voice came from outside the lab. How did he come here? Isn't Jiraiya traveling and writing? A flash of panic flashed in Orochimaru's eyes, fearing that someone would reveal his secret. He operated quickly. 2 coffins sank into the ground. Orochimaru, I came to see you as soon as I came back, your face is still so gloomy. Jiraiya couldn't help laughing heartily when he saw his good friend Orochimaru. Orochimaru looked at Jiraiya helplessly. There is nothing wrong with this guy. Their relationship was also very good before. During the time after her parents died, Jiraiya always comforted herself with silly words and smiles. But seeing so many people die in the war, he has already realized the fragility of life. Now, he has long since abandoned these stupid fetters, and only wants to research the technique of immortality and resurrection of the dead. If it weren't for today's breakthrough in reanimation jutsu that resurrected the dead, he wouldn't have given Jiraiya a good look. However, I can't stay in Konoha any longer. One day, I will betray Konoha. At that time, we will be enemies. Thinking of this, the smile on Orochimaru's face gradually froze, and he said coldly. I still have to do experiments, you go, don't bother me. Jiraiya hurriedly said, no, I'm here to tell you that the son of my first disciple Minato was born. His name is the protagonist of the novel I wrote, and he just returned. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in knowing the name of the main character of 18 forbidden novel. Please go back. Orochimaru forcibly let go of the fetters, and also gave up the last chance to know Naruto's strength. In the future, he will deeply regret his current behavior. 23. Instantly annihilate the spiral force field of tailed beast bomb. Orochimaru defected. Advertisement. 3 years later, away from Yamanaka, a group of Konohas, there appeared the earthquake zone, known as the number 1 forbidden place in the ninja world. It is said that there will be horrifying scenes of landslides and ground cracks here from time to time. From time to time, huge mountain tops flew into the sky, turned into smaller boulders, and fell to the ground. What's even more peculiar is that there is also a strange phenomenon here. Obviously, some passers-by were accidentally involved and were killed by the meteorite. But after a while, he found himself revived again. But there are also a very small number of people who died when they died, and could not live again. The resurrected person slipped away immediately. No one dares to bet his life twice. Over time, the place where earthquakes broke out all day long has become a forbidden place where everyone talks about it. A golden flash flashed across. A blonde youth appeared. Naruto, your mother asked me to take you home for dinner. The movement of landslides and ground cracks suddenly stopped. A little boy with crystal clear and pink skin slowly fell from the sky. Although he is only a few years old, he has an inexplicable handsomeness and wisdom. Okay, wait a little longer, and then I will adjust the new trick, the direction of the force field and spiral force. As soon as the words fell, the blonde young man saw countless boulders spinning at high speed in a space the size of several football fields. Under the huge force, the boulder was shattered into gravel, but it was still absorbed by the huge centrifugal force and did not escape. Finally, it forms a blossoming stone flower, dancing. It looks extremely beautiful, but the blonde youth was horrified by the power contained in it. It is estimated that the tail beast stretched its hand in, and it would be finished. Kurama, come on. The little boy yelled at a little fox in the distance. The little fox instantly grew into a huge fox with the height of several houses and 9 tails. A huge black ball condensed from the mouth of the huge 9 tails fox, and shot out suddenly. Enough to make elite Jonin cry, the normally cage-level silent 9 tails tailed beast bomb blasted into the distorted space with flying stone flowers. Then the original straight direction of tailed beast bomb twisted rapidly. The further you go, the slower you go. The greater the distortion. Finally, like a tortoise, it came across a stone flower. Namikaze Minato, expecting a big explosion, is ready to use the flying thunder god technique to escape. But nothing happened. The tailed beast bomb that had been twisted into long strips was instantly annihilated the moment it touched the stone flower. It's like an egg, hitting a Rasengan. Namikaze Minato's pupils shrank sharply. The spiral twisting power in this mind force field is too strong. I am afraid that Sage Art Massive Rasengan will be twisted into chakra. Naruto smiled. Rasengan strengthened the aura finally, As long as Rasengan is condensed in this psychodynamic field, the power can be increased dozens of times. All right, Dad, let's go home and eat. Quote. Namikaze Minato took his increasingly terrifying son and teleported directly to his home through the Flying Thunder God technique. You two are covered in dust, go change your clothes first. Kushina looked at how the two of them were dressed, and frowned. Need not. Naruto smiled, waved his hand in a pretend manner, and moved his mind. Look at mine. Dust on Minato and him, quickly off the clothes. Floating in the air, forming a faint cloud of dust. Advertisement. Then compressed into a small gray ball. Obediently fell into the trash can in the corner. Naruto, has your thought escape been controlled to this extent? Namikaze Minato said in surprise. Every day, Mingzi can bring him new shocks. Naruto nodded. For 3 years, he practiced his various skills. For example, Yashigami Kongji, after years of practice, was finally strengthened by the system to Yakiongami Kongji. It can strike up to 8,000 giant palms in an instant, which is more powerful than Kagaya. He also experimented with the resurrection mechanism of the heretical Rinne Tensai technique with various creatures, including humans. But he mainly developed various moves of shock fruit and psychic power, and named them Shock Escape and Psychic Escape. Regarding Shock Escape, he has developed more moves than Whitebeard. For example, Jundin Landslide, Jundin Space-Tailed Beast, Jundin Empty Rupture, Heaven and Earth Rupture, etc. are powerful moves that change the ninja world map at every turn. Also developed a shock ripple flow for individuals, referred to as Wave Escape. As for the Mind Force, a Mind Force field based on the 3 cores of gravity, repulsion, and spiral force has been developed. Once the force field of gravitation and repulsion erupts, its power is even greater than that of Shenluo Tianzhong and Universal Pull, and there is no cooldown. The spiral force field can increase the power of Rasengan dozens of times, and it can also directly use the gravitational field to suck the enemy into it and twist it into a twist. If Tiandao Pain saw it, he would probably cry. Okay, let's wash your hands and eat. Kushina snorted, pointing to a small basin under the table. By the way, Kurama, yours is over there. The mini version of Nine-Tails immediately ran over. As a tailed beast, he didn't need to eat. Originally, an old acquaintance, the former Jinchuriki, wanted to prepare food for him, but it refused. You just put a basin under the table, do you really treat me like a pet? Am I Kurama shameless? If you don't eat, even if I starve to death, even if I watch you eat every day, I will never take a bite. After being forced by the owner to take a bite of the food carefully prepared by his mother, it instantly becomes Kurama Huanze. Human food is delicious. Click, click, I want to go out for a walk. Naruto said suddenly. The door is unlocked, you can go out and play with your friends. Kushina laughed. No, I want to visit other countries. Naruto shook his head. Kushina disagreed, worried that his son was too young and something would happen. Namikaze Minato also disagrees, worrying that his son is too strong and other people will have accidents. Naruto nodded in understanding. Then I'm going to a ninja school. Let's talk about going out and wandering. I almost forgot, I'm not a ninja yet. You have to get a cool identity, such as Konoha Genin. As we all know, Konoha Genin is insanely strong. For example, 6 Paths Naruto and 6 Paths Sasuke, who jointly sealed the creator god of the ninja world and the ancestor of chakra, Ōtsutsuki Kagaya. For example, using Impure World Reincarnation to support half the sky of the ninja world 4 wars. All Konoha Genin. The Minato couple unanimously agreed. It's time for this child to go to school and meet girls. On this day, a big event happened to Konoha. Orochimaru was found to have been doing human experiments, so he defected and became Konoha S-class rebel. And Jiraiya volunteered, with Anbu ninjas Kakashi and Uchiha Shisui. He vows to bring his lost friend Orochimaru back to Konoha. 24. I watched Orochimaru attack Nine-Tails in the sky. Advertisement. Jiraiya, go back, I don't want to kill you. Hearing this from a good friend, Jiraiya laughed. Kill me, talk like you can do it. Although 3 years ago, a child who was just born 1 month ago beat me hard. But Jiraiya is still very confident. Among Sannin, Tsunade ranks first in terms of output with strange power, and Orochimaru ranks first in life-saving. And he has all kinds of ninjutsu, sealing technique, and summoning technique, and his comprehensive combat power is number 1. Catching a snake is easy. Orochimaru, come back with me, I will intercede with Minato. Tsunade's departure already made Jiraiya very sad. Now that his friend Orochimaru is going to defect, it makes him even sadder. With his bond with Orochimaru, Orochimaru must not be allowed to defect from the wood industry. With Jiraiya's name on the line, he must bring Orochimaru back. Orochimaru scowled. Jiraiya, you have no idea what I've been through. You have no idea what kind of person I am. Go back, or I might really kill you. Quote. Naturally, he shook his head and sighed. It seems that I had no choice but to knock you out and bring you back. You two hold on, let me do it. Quote. Jiraiya spoke again to Kakashi and Uchiha Shisui behind her. Kakashi, who has the ability to fight anyone 50-50. And Uchiha Shisui, the firm successor of Konoha Fire's will, the strongest contemporary Uchiha, nodded. They trust and admire Jiraiya's fighting power. After all, it was called Sannin by the ninja demigod Hanzo of the Salamander. They also believe that Master Jiraiya can catch Orochimaru, who is not good at fighting. Their combination, let alone catching a snake, even if the third generation fourth Hokage came, they couldn't please them. Whether it is Kakashi or Uchiha Shisui, I think in my heart, Orochimaru is also one of the worst combat power of Sannin. It's just a scientist who was good at research and life-saving, that's all. They have always had this impression of Orochimaru in their hearts. Until they know that they saw Orochimaru Impure World Reincarnation out first generation and second Hokage. Now that Orochimaru has not cast Impure World Reincarnation. One is that this technique is not mature enough even after 3 years of research. The second is that he doesn't want to expose this whole card, and he doesn't want to really kill Jiraiya. Therefore, he has been using his escape technique, which is one of the best in the ninja world. Escaped from the pursuit of Jiraiya's 3-person team again and again. After Orochimaru summoned dozens of super fierce snakes, the 3 of Jiraiya were restrained again. Master Jiraiya, you go first, we will take care of it here. Uchiha Shisui said while beheading a large snake with a single blow. Advertisement. Jiraiya nodded. These 2 people. One is the proud disciple of Minato, the genius son of Konoha's White Fangya. One is the Uchiha powerhouse who shakes the ninja world in the name of Shisui. The strength is at least that of elite Jonin, and it is no problem to deal with some big snakes. So Jiraiya continued to track Orochimaru. Then followed him to the earthquake zone known as the first forbidden place in the ninja world. In the past 3 years, Orochimaru has heard more than once that there is a phenomenon of death and resurrection in the new forbidden area of the ninja world earthquake zone. In fact, he had long wanted to come and have a look. But because of the Impure World Reincarnation Experiment and the Living Corpse Reincarnation Experiment. After perfecting the 2 forbidden techniques of Impure World Reincarnation and Living Corpse Reincarnation, there has been no time. Now that he has defected to Konoha, he just came here to investigate the phenomenon of resurrection from the dead. Can it help his longevity technique or the resurrection of the dead technique? The fact that Naruto practiced here is only known to the Minato couple. Every morning and afternoon, Namikaze Minato is also responsible for bringing his son back and forth with Flying Thunder God. Even Sarutobi Hiruzen and Jiraiya don't know. Seeing that Orochimaru seemed to be entering that dangerous forbidden area, Jiraiya quickly reminded. Orochimaru, be careful, don't go any further. The front is the #1 forbidden place in the ninja world, very dangerous. Sunagakure's elite Jonin once strayed into it and died instantly. Even quasi-cage level experts cannot survive inside. Quote. Orochimaru didn't listen at all. In terms of life, in the entire ninja world, he is the #1, and no one dares to be the second. Even if it is the forbidden area of life that can kill a cage-level strongman, it can't stop him from researching mysterious phenomena. If it really doesn't work, it's enough for him to have 2 fathers from Impure World Reincarnation, first generation and second generation, to protect him. Hey, why is there a little fox there? Orochimaru suddenly surprised. He suddenly saw, inside the earthquake zone, a cute little fox looking up at the sky. I don't know what I'm looking at, but in short, he looks very cute. A red fox that can survive in an earthquake zone doesn't seem easy. Nine-Tails glanced coldly at Orochimaru when he heard the movement, showing no emotion. Then continued to look at the sky, waiting for its master's performance. That way, as if he didn't see Orochimaru. It's like seeing Orochimaru again, but dismissing it as something harmless. Orochimaru somehow felt underestimated, and it was a fox who underestimated him. He just finds it funny. Jiraiya underestimated my combat power, that's because he didn't know how strong my whole card was. But you, a little fox, dare to ignore me, and you don't know who gave you the confidence. Shunker Snake Limb. Suddenly 2 snakes appeared from Orochimaru's sleeve, and they attacked the little fox, trying to catch him. He didn't know the identity of this little fox, but it was actually Nine-Tails. 25. Yagami Air Strike. Almost killed Jiraiya and Orochimaru. Advertisement. The cute little fox that Naruto rides every day is actually Nine-Tails. The whole Konoha knows this secret, except 3rd generation, Jiraiya, Minato and his wife. There are also only a handful of elite Jonin who happened to be present on the night of the Nine-Tails rebellion and withstood Naruto Conqueror's haki fully opened without fainting. Such as Hatake Kakashi, Uchiha Shisui and a few others. And Orochimaru, because Anbu had long suspected that Orochimaru was secretly carrying out forbidden experiments. Therefore, he has long been separated from Konoha's power center. This is also one of the reasons why Orochimaru didn't plan to stay in Konoha long and planned to defect. Not only does he not know that Nine-Tails shrinks into a cute little fox every day. I don't even know that Naruto is the reincarnation of Sage of 6 Paths. The combat power is at the level of a humanoid ninja world map modifier. The 2 snakes released instantly wilted within 10 meters of the little fox Nine-Tails. Therefore, the 2 brothers sensed a trace of the beast-tailed aura released by Nine-Tails, and felt the aura of a big boss who must not be offended, and they were instantly scared. Orochimaru didn't know, so he thought that the 2 snakes released were affected by the environment of the forbidden area. He was about to release more and bigger snakes to attack the fox. Suddenly, a crack was heard from the ground. Then he saw that the ground under his feet was cracking. Earthquake. Orochimaru panicked and wanted to leave the forbidden area, but it was too late. Immediately, he felt a huge irresistible attraction falling from the sky. He was sucked up to the sky together with the cracked earth under his feet. If Nagato saw this scene, he would be silent on the spot. Because it's even more shocking than Tiandao Pain using planetary devastation. What they don't know is that this is just Naruto's day-to-day operations. Naruto came back to practice after lunch. He flew directly to an altitude of 10,000 meters, and resorted to earthquake, causing a big earthquake. Then used the telekinetic power and gravitational field to attract the torn earth to the sky. Then, he used a palm technique that descended from the sky. Iori Sky Strike. 8 giant palms appeared in the air. This is a weakened version of Datongu Kagai's ultimate physical skill, Yashi Shenkong Strike, and its power is only 1/10 of the original version. In addition, he also has a stronger version that can make Tongu Kagaya have to be silent, and the power is hundreds of times stronger, Shenfa Yakion Shenkong Strike. Orochimaru struggled desperately to break free, but he was unable to break free from the strong gravitational force above the sky. Only then did he understand that it was no wonder that this place was known as the #1 forbidden place in the ninja world. The gravitational bondage that even a cage-level ninja can't break free. Advertisement. The degree of danger here is really no joke. In fact, that is of course. Just the gravity of the planetary devastation, even the berserk Nine-Tails couldn't break free. The core gravity of the super psychic power and gravitational field developed by Naruto with the tornado telekinetic superpower even exceeds the core of planetary devastation. Want to deal with planetary devastation, the entire ninja world, and only Uchiha Itachi, who was released by Impure World Reincarnation in the original book, discovered the weakness. As long as the black gravitational core at the center is attacked sufficiently, it will lose its gravitational force, and the planetary devastation can be cracked. But the so-called attack intensity is large enough, which is not something ordinary people can do. The Rasengan big move used by Naruto of Nine-Tails Chakra Mode. 8-Tails Tailed Beast Bomb from 8-Tails Jinchuriki Killer Bee's Perfect Tailed Beast. Uchiha Itachi, who was released by Impure World Reincarnation and no longer has the defect of poor physique, used the big move released by Susanoo. Only the ultimate moves of 3 Super Cage level masters can break a planetary devastation in Nagato. It would be strange if Orochimaru could break free from the gravitational field, which is stronger than the gravity of planetary devastation. What's wrong with you, Orochimaru? Naturally, he also chased after him, and was shocked to find that Orochimaru had actually flown into the sky. My first reaction was that Orochimaru could fly, why didn't I know? But that was only for a moment, and then he reacted. How can Orochimaru fly? He was sucked into the sky by something. Jiraiya, don't come here. The sky here has an odd attraction. Although he betrayed Konoha, Jiraiya, who grew up and fought with him, still has a special place in Orochimaru's heart. He couldn't bear to see that Jiraiya had an accident to save him. But Jiraiya couldn't bear to see her good friend have an accident. Orochimaru, don't panic, I'll save you. Jiraiya's operation is as fierce as a tiger, and looking at the record, Like Orochimaru, he succeeded in being sucked into the sky by the psychic power and gravitational field. Soon, they saw a palm technique descending from the sky. 8 huge palm prints that were bigger than a house hit them down. The deterrent force brought by each palm is enough to severely injure them. In these mountains, Naruto can finally test his abilities without any scruples. For flying too high, because looking down at the surrounding scenery. So he hasn't found out yet. Below, Jiraiya and Orochimaru, about to be killed by him. 26. I hit Orochimaru out of Orochimaru's mouth. Advertisement. Summoning technique 10,000 snakes. One snake is Orochimaru's strongest summoning beast and is Orochimaru's good partner. In the Battle of Sannin, 10,000 snakes and one snake PK Sannin's other 2 summoning beasts. In the Battle of Sasuke vs Deidara, Sasuke used Sharingan to control one snake to avoid Deidara's self-destruction, and one snake went offline. And now, Orochimaru, what's the matter? One snake, who was summoned, looked at the surrounding scene, and immediately felt that his mother was overwhelmed. I was actually several hundred meters above the sky. What's even more frightening is that he continues to be sucked into the sky, no matter how much he eats and he grows too fat, it's useless. What was even more frightening was that there were several giant palms on top of his head, and they fell down. Such a terrifying giant palm will kill the snake. One snake. IFK, Orochimaru IFK #% at. This is totally bullying the snake. But Orochimaru had already hid in one snake's body, just pretending not to hear one snake's angry roar. Summoning technique. Toad mouth restraint technique. Seeing Orochimaru hiding in the snake's belly, Jiraiya quickly summoned the stomach wall of Mount Myoboku's toad and hid in it. Needle Jizo. Earth-style stone prison technique. Earth-style earth flow wall. Jiraiya successively added various defensive ninjutsu to prevent the giant palm from breaking the stomach wall defense of the giant toad of Mount Myoboku. Then, boom boom boom. Hey, someone from below was sucked up and survived my Yagami air attack. It seems that they are at least cage level strong. At an altitude of 10,000 meters, Naruto finally sensed the movement below, and retracted Yagami Sora's high 5 and psychic power gravitational field. Sensing that the attack from outside disappeared, he also landed freely on the ground. Orochimaru stretched his neck, poked his head out, and sure enough, the attack disappeared. At this time, one snake had already been beaten into a snake shape by the giant palm just now, and was about to die. Orochimaru hurriedly sent his good friend back to Raichi Cave for self-healing. And he was beaten out of shape at this time. But it's okay. He opened his mouth, and the new Orochimaru crawled out of his inhuman form. Jiraiya scrambled out of a pile of lumps, relieved. They hit the last layer of defense. If he hadn't stopped suddenly, he would have been beaten to death. Hey, is there someone in the sky? Orochimaru and Jiraiya suddenly noticed a figure slowly descending from high above the sky. This discovery stunned both Orochimaru and Jiraiya. At the same time, there was a terrible guess in my heart. Could it be, all of this just now was caused by this person? Could it be that the rumored number one forbidden place in the ninja world was actually created by humans? This is too scary. I can't even imagine it. What kind of existence would it be to have such strength? God. Both Jiraiya and Orochimaru looked up at the slowly falling figure in the sky, wondering who the hell was that. The figure looks a little small, maybe it's a little far away. But getting closer, they discovered a shocking fact. The man was really small, as big as a child. Advertisement. Do all gods grow so big? Seeing that the master was about to come down, the little fox Nine-Tails whined happily. Jiraiya followed the sound, stunned. Nine-Tails. Why is Nine-Tails here? Is Naruto here too? Jiraiya couldn't help but think of the encounter when he just returned to the wood industry 3 years ago. Naruto could indeed fly then. And there are also giant palms falling from the sky. Could it be Naruto who was in the sky? Naruto, is that you? Nine-Tails. Looking at Jiraiya who said Nine-Tails to a little fox, Orochimaru was taken aback. Nine-Tails, he still saw it in the data. Fierce mess. But this cute little fox, who was waiting obediently just now. How could it be Nine-Tails? Jiraiya, are you stupid? Being attracted by Nine-Tails, Orochimaru didn't see that Naruto had fallen to the ground. When he looked again, the man in heaven was gone. There is a child on the ground. Son of the fourth Hokage, Naruto. Orochimaru found Naruto, although he felt strange and didn't know why he was here, but he still moved quickly. Because he noticed that the two powerful Anbu ninjas also caught up. 1 against 3, he's no match without Impure World Reincarnation. In that case, take a hostage and threaten Jiraiya to retreat. Dangerous. Don't go there, you will die. Jiraiya reminded Orochimaru Road. The first time I met Naruto, I was sucked in the air by him and beat me up. And just now, he was almost killed by a huge slap. If Naruto knew that Orochimaru had defected, he might have killed Orochimaru by accident. Orochimaru thought Jiraiya was reminding Naruto not to approach him, and laughed. Don't worry, Jiraiya, your apprentice's son, I just took it as a hostage and I won't kill it. After he finished speaking, he saw Jiraiya looking at himself with caring eyes for the mentally retarded, and he was a little confused. Jiraiya, what are you looking at? But before Orochimaru caught Naruto, the Nine-Tails not far away couldn't stand it anymore, and opened its mouth to see a small-tailed beast bomb. Boom. Orochimaru was stunned. What the hell? I seem to have been attacked by a tailed beast bomb just now. He looked at the cute little fox who didn't need to be cute, and then at the two Anbu elites who had arrived here. His heart was full of fear. It's full of weirdness here. Not only will there be an earthquake, gravity will appear in the sky, giant palms, and people will suddenly disappear. Now, out of nowhere, the tailed beast bomb appeared. What the hell is going on here? Watching Jiraiya and the two Anbu elites gradually surrounding him. Orochimaru's face became even more gloomy. It seems that we must use the trump card. 27. Mr. Minato, Naruto is fighting with first generation and second generation. Advertisement. Orochimaru, surrender, Uchiha Shisui said. As a master of body flicker technique in Megatron Ninja World under the name of Shisui. Uchiha Shisui is faster than fourth Hokage. In the entire ninja world, the only one who can surpass him in speed is the fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato known as Golden Flash. So seeing that Orochimaru wanted to approach Naruto in a desperate attempt, Shisui quickly stopped Orochimaru to prevent him from being accidentally shot by Naruto. After all, he had personally witnessed the horrible scene where Konoha Prince Naruto slapped Danzo into a pulp 3 years ago. 3 years later, Naruto's strength will only become more terrifying. Before this capture operation, 4th Hokage said that Orochimaru mastered a variety of core technologies and tried to capture them alive. Old Iron Kakashi nodded, echoing the words of brother Shisui, the captain of Anbu's first team. Orochimaru, come back with me. Have you forgotten the days when we trained, tested, and fought together? Have you forgotten, after training with Mr. Sarutobi again and again, have we run youth in the sunset? Come back, Orochimaru, otherwise, I am afraid that I will really hurt you. Quote. Knowing that the number one forbidden place in the ninja world was most likely caused by Naruto, Jiraiya didn't panic anymore, but used the mouth escape skill to persuade him. But his skill level of mouth escape is very low, not as strong as the future master of mouth escape, Uchiha Itachi, and Naruto, who is a master of mouth escape. Hearing that, Orochimaru shook his head and said with a smile. Stop talking. Do you think you can catch me like this? You don't know anything about my power. Quote. Impure World Reincarnation. 2 coffins suddenly appeared on the ground. This is Jiraiya's face changed drastically. Orochimaru, you actually learned second Hokage's forbidden technique, Impure World Reincarnation. Who are the two people from Impure World Reincarnation? Quote. Orochimaru chuckled. You'll know it when you read it. But the next moment, the coffin just emerged, and two little feet stepped on it. Naruto stood on it, crushing the coffin slabs. The coffin was shaking, desperately trying to get out of the ground, but it just couldn't come out, couldn't be opened. Seeing a 3-year-old child standing in the coffin where he was reincarnated as the first generation second generation, he was so suppressed that the first generation second generation couldn't get out. Originally full of confidence, he felt that he could control the audience, but Orochimaru, who was stunned by Jiraiya, was directly stunned. Is the original Impure World Reincarnation still blocked like this? What the hell is going on with all this? What the hell is my reanimation jutsu defective? Or is this kid so strong that he can overwhelm the two big brothers of first generation and second generation? Naruto was actually just teasing Orochimaru. Really want to deal with Orochimaru, he can throw a super telekinetic spiral force field, Orochimaru can be twisted into meat. No matter how hard you try to spit yourself out of your own mouth, it's useless. In the force field, there is nowhere to hide. However, he was curious as to who the two people were in the coffin. Right here, the reminder sounded again in my mind. Facing Orochimaru Impure World Reincarnation, choose, host. Choice 1. Stop Impure World Reincarnation in this way, make Orochimaru stun +99, reward summoning Raichi Cave Orochi. Option 2. Let Orochimaru Impure World Reincarnation choose first generation and second Hokage, defeat Jiraiya and the others, and escape smoothly. Reward summoning Mount Myoboku Toad. Option 3. Let Orochimaru Impure World Reincarnation produce first generation, second Hokage, as experienced babies for training, hit whatever you want, anyway, you are not afraid of damage. Reward summoning technique Bumblebee, close black lens bracket. Bumblebee, advertisement. Even Naruto couldn't help being taken aback, looking at the information. Bumblebee, the Autobot in Transformers, can transform into a Volkswagen Beetle, Chevrolet Camaro sports car. Close black lens bracket. It's really the Bumblebee in Transformers, I didn't expect to be able to summon this in the Hokage world, 666. Thank you Orochimaru for letting me make this god-level choice, I will reward you later, I choose 3. Naruto jumped aside from the coffin board, and the little fox Nine-Tails ran over and let Naruto ride on it. Orochimaru breathed a sigh of relief when he saw the two coffins emerging from the ground. Jiraiya shook her head, even Naruto can't stop the Impure World Reincarnation. It seems that we can only fight. I hope that those who are reincarnated will not be too strong. Then when the coffin boards were opened, Jiraiya was stunned. He rubbed his eyes, and looked again, and he was right, it was those two. Orochimaru, are you heaven defying? Captain Shisui. Kakashi was dumbfounded when he saw the two slowly walking out of the coffin, and couldn't help but look at Shisui next to him. Am I wrong? How did I see that these two look exactly like the first generation second Hokage on Hokage Rock? Quote. Even Uchiha Shisui couldn't help swallowing when he saw the legendary ninja god Senju Hashirama and his younger brother, second Hokage Senju Tobirama. Seeing the two teammates panicked, Jiraiya hurriedly reminded. Don't panic. Orochimaru erased the consciousness of first generation second generation, they are also normal cage level powerhouses, not so heaven defying. Kakashi, you summoning ninja dogs, bring the news to Minato. Quote. Cage level. That's it. Kakashi was about to cry. There are 3 cage levels on the opposite side, but I'm just an ordinary Jonin, okay. Originally, Captain Shisui, who has real strength and already has cage level, and Jiraiya, the idol at the peak of cage level, are there. He came over to make soy sauce and catch a snake, but there was no pressure at all. But now, even the god of ninja has come out. This time, it's probably a pill. But then he saw Naruto riding on Nine-Tails on the other side, and he felt confident. We still have Naruto and Nine-Tails here, afraid of an egg. Orochimaru, you may be doomed this time. Then Kakashi summoned out the ninja dog used to deliver the message, and began to write intelligence. And at this time, Naruto shot again. You guys step down first, I'll play with first generation and second generation. In the next moment, the unconscious first generation, second generation and a shadow clone of Naruto fought together. There are dozens of such shadow clone around. Orochimaru. Is this the rhythm of the pill? Jiraiya, Uchiha Shisui, Kakashi. Is this the rhythm of lying down? Konoha, Hokage office. The third generation and the fourth generation are discussing Orochimaru's rebellion when suddenly an Anbu ninja appears. Master fourth generation, there is news. Fourth generation opened it and saw it was from Kakashi. The amount of information is quite sufficient. Unexpectedly, Mr. Orochimaru and Jiraiya went to the training place of Naruto. Sudden, Namikaze Minato's pupils shrank sharply. Because he saw such a message, roughly meaning, Mr. Minato, Naruto is fighting with first generation and second generation. For a moment, fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato. 28. Shocked. First generation and second Hokage have become experienced babies. Advertisement. Namikaze Minato looked further down and found that it was Orochimaru who learned the forbidden technique of Impure World Reincarnation and reincarnated the first generation and second generation. And Naruto is fighting against first generation, second generation. Seeing this, fourth generation really wanted to rush over to help. Even though he knew Naruto was strong, and Mr. Jiraiya and others were there, he was still worried. After all, that's Senju Hashirama, the god of ninjas, and his brother. Fourth generation, what's wrong? Sarutobi Hiruzen's face changed after seeing the fourth generation read the news, and asked quickly. Could something be wrong with Orochimaru? Namikaze Minato nodded and said, Naruto fought with first generation and second Hokage. Sarutobi Hiruzen, is it because I am old and my ears are not working? Shodai, second generation teacher. Fourth generation, are you kidding me, old third generation? Seeing that third generation's expression was a bit wrong, Namikaze Minato hurriedly explained the situation. What? Orochimaru completed the forbidden technique of impure world reincarnation. Also reincarnated first generation, second generation. Sarutobi Hiruzen, upon hearing this, was both proud and angry. Alas, I have such a talent, but instead of learning ninjutsu from me, I like to fiddle with this forbidden technique. Namikaze Minato stood up. I'm going to teleport over there to have a look. Did you leave the Flying Thunder God spell there? Third generation couldn't help asking. It is the #1 forbidden place in the ninja world, Earthquake Zone. You dignified Konoha Hokage, why are you going to such a dangerous place? Minato laughed and said, you may not believe it, but for the past 3 years, I have been going to the Earthquake Zone at least twice a day, calling Naruto home for dinner. Etc. Third generation's complexion changed, as if he had thought of something, he hurriedly asked. Could it be that this so-called Earthquake Zone was actually created by Naruto? Sarutobi Hiruzen was surprised and delighted by Minato's confirmation. He knows the information about this life-forbidden place in the ninja world, the danger is enough to kill a cage-level ninja. Unexpectedly, it is actually the place where Naruto practices daily. Minato, take me to see it together. Since this Earthquake Zone was created by Naruto, it should not be dangerous to us, and I want to see it too. Quote. Then, brush it. The fourth generation teleported to the Earthquake Zone with the third generation. ... Too weak. Naruto shook his head helplessly. With a shadow clone by myself, he can use all kinds of moves that have been weakened by an unknown amount, and they can crush the first generation and second generation teamed up. The only good thing is that first generation and second generation are the body of impure world reincarnation, you can attack as much as you like, test your abilities. Anyway, even if it was beaten to scum, it can be recovered, which can be regarded as a little improvement in combat experience. It seems Orochimaru's reanimation jutsu is immature, and the quality of the reanimation container is not good enough. The strength of the first generation and second generation summoned is really rubbish. Advertisement. It is estimated that even the main body is less than 1 piece. Just a tiny bit better than Danzo. You know, there is no Sharingan, Izanagi, Resurrection Armor Arm. No Shisui Open Black Lens Bracket Distinguished Heavenly Gods Close Black Lens Bracket Mangekyo Sharingan. Danzo's strength is at most a quasi-cage level. They can all be wiped out by Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke with a single shuriken. Of course, Sasuke was not bad at that time. Mangekyo Sharingan is also used by Thieves 6, Amaterasu in the left hand, Sasu in the right hand. Breaking through the 5 shadows single-handedly, fighting the 5 shadows with wheels. A proper cage level master. If the cage level is divided into grades, the strength of the first generation second generation is only the elementary cage level. And the strength of first generation was the peak of Chaoying, even half a step to the 6 paths level, the real first goalkeeper under the 6 paths level. Naruto evaluates his current combat power. In terms of the destructive power of modifying the ninja world map alone, it has reached at least half a 6 paths level, or even a quasi 6 paths level. Can play Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara called Daddy. In terms of treatment, mastering the outsider Rinne Tensai technique, which has no side effects and no cooling, is enough to be the #1 nanny in the Jonin world. However, compared with Nagato, Obito, etc., it still lacks some bug-level skills in illusion, space-time ninjutsu, etc. For example, Kamui, Obito and Kakashi's time-space ninjutsu, can not only prevent Hollow from physical injuries, but also have an extra storage space. For example, Nagato's slide body technique is completely Shaolintong that can communicate with holographic projection. For example, Uchiha Itachi's illusion Tsukuyomi, outside for a moment, the mental space for several days, and even achieve the dimensionality of time flow. If you can practice in the spiritual space of Tsukuyomi, wouldn't you be a master of mass production in minutes? For example, the Flying Thunder God technique of the father of the fourth generation can truly teleport thousands of miles away. For example, the impure world reincarnation invented by second generation can summon a boss army strong enough to fight against the entire ninja world by digging people's ancestral graves. For example, Orochimaru's Living Corpse Reincarnation, the otherworldly version. For example, Uchiha Madara's Round Tomb and Border Prison are completely Hokage's version of 1 gas and 3 cleans. Etc. It can be said that there are still many unique skills in Hokage ninjas, not to mention various blood succession limit abilities. If possible, he would like to collect these abilities for fun. Orochimaru's expression was so ugly that he was about to cry. I have studied the forbidden technique for several years. I thought that the first time I performed it publicly, it would have the effect of shocking the audience and crushing the whole world. But in the end, he was despised by a 3-year-old child. At this moment, he was completely dumbfounded by Naruto's strength. A shadow clone of a 3-year-old kid actually abused his whole cards, first generation and second Hokage from Impure World Reincarnation. Can you believe it? Okay. Naruto is tired. It's cool to crush the first generation and second generation, but there is always a feeling of bullying children, which is boring. Hitaki Kakashi, Uchiha Shisui, you two come up to play, treat it as training and improve your combat experience. Cage-level opponents are not so easy to find. Quote, Orochimaru. Are you taking my reincarnated first generation second generation as an experienced baby? 29. Second Hokage, who was almost beaten and cried by a child. Advertisement. Naruto's words are an insult to Orochimaru. Actually let two Anbu ninjas use his strongest whole cards as experienced babies. Who do you take me, Sanin Orochimaru? Orochimaru was about to get angry when he saw a flash of figures on the field, and there were two more people. Known as the ninjutsu professor, Mr. Sarutobi, who has mastered more than 3,000 kinds of ninjutsu. And fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato, who single-handedly ended the third ninja war. Orochimaru was really about to cry. It's over, I guess I can't escape now. No, if I get caught by Konoha, my research will come to a standstill. He has a bold idea. He freed the mind of second Hokage. Because I know that second generation is the developer of reanimation jutsu, I am afraid that there is some way to untie it. Orochimaru controls second Hokage all the way to attack Naruto. If it is really dangerous, let a flying thunder god from second generation take him away. The next moment, Senju Tobirama returns from Impure World Reincarnation. He saw his favorite disciple, Sarutobi Hiruzen. I saw Orochimaru and Jiraiya, who were summoned by Sarutobi Hiruzen's disciples using the technique he developed. Hey, Hiruzen, aren't you Hokage anymore? Seeing Senju Tobirama regain consciousness, Sarutobi Hiruzen hurriedly replied. Yes, the current Konoha Hokage is Jiraiya's disciple, Namikaze Minato. It can be said that he single-handedly ended the fourth war of the ninja world. Orochimaru said angrily. Being bullshit, deal with them. The second generation, which has been freed from the shackles of thought, has at least increased its strength several times at this time. Quote. Under Orochimaru's control, Senju Tobirama just wanted to take the youngest child hostage. Namikaze Minato suddenly appeared in front of him, and the Rasengan in his hand was about to press on him. You actually learned my Flying Thunder God technique. Have you made other developments? Senju Tobirama, who also left with Flying Thunder God, was a bit surprised. Next, two Hokages using the Flying Thunder God technique teleported in and out, and neither of them could hit the other. Naruto looked bored. The little hand stretched forward. Super Psychic Power Gravitational Field. Stronger than Universal Pull, it instantly attracted Senju Tobirama, who had just appeared. But Senju Tobirama reminded instead. Careful, water-style water bomb. Before the words fell, Senju Tobirama fired countless water cannons towards Naruto. But Naruto's expression didn't change. Because he had already superimposed a super psychic power and repulsion field defense layer on the surface of the skin. Any physical ninjutsu attack will be bounced back. So next moment, a terrifying force erupts around Naruto. All the water cannons were instantly rebounded, disintegrated, and turned into sprays scattered in the air. Second generation himself was also hit by the repelling force of the rebound, and crashed to the ground. Repulsion. Orochimaru broke out in a cold sweat. So strong. Senju Tobirama was surprised. I thought it would be easy to catch a child under the control of Orochimaru. In the end, he ran into the biggest stubble in the room. The little boy stood there without moving, and when he attacked, a terrifying power erupted. This is simply too scary. He has never seen this kind of ability. Advertisement. What made Senju Tobirama even more terrified was that he experienced a sense of oppression in this child that was even more terrifying than his elder brother Senju Hashirama. Could it be that this 3 or 4-year-old kid is stronger than my elder brother? Senju Tobirama is in a terrible mood right now. In the presence of his disciple third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. In front of Jiraiya, the disciple of the disciple. In front of fourth Hokage Namikaze Minato, a disciple of a disciple of a disciple. I was hanged and beaten by a child. What a shame. What a shame. Senju Tobirama can't wait to get into the scene. Who is he? Senju Tobirama pointed to Naruto, who was riding a little fox, looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen, and asked. He still remembered that he was beaten badly just now. This is Minato's son, Naruto. What? Senju Tobirama was completely stunned. Who is this kid? Fourth Hokage's son. So, from just now until now, I have been beaten by the son of Namikaze Minato, a disciple of Jiraiya, a disciple of my disciple Sarutobi Hiruzen. Oh my god. Senju Tobirama was about to cry. Is there a mistake? Let me be hanged and beaten by the disciple's 3-year-old son in front of my disciple's disciple, and disciple's disciple. I'm already dead. Why do you want me to suffer this kind of grievance that I shouldn't have to bear? Well, sorry. If I had known earlier, I would not have developed the forbidden technique of Impure World Reincarnation. It's all because I killed myself back then, and now I'm so ashamed. Fortunately, The eldest brother is unconscious now, otherwise he would definitely laugh at me when he saw me being beaten like this by a child. Fortunately, Senju Tobirama didn't know that Kakashi was Namikaze Minato's disciple, otherwise he would have a bigger shadow in his heart. Sarutobi Hiruzen paused, pointed to the fox that Naruto was riding, and said, "That's Nine-Tails." As soon as these words came out, not only Senju Tobirama, but even Orochimaru were stunned. That cute little fox is Nine-Tails, who was responsible for the natural disaster in the village. Who are you kidding? Isn't this deceiving the snake? Seeing that both Orochimaru and Senju Tobirama looked at it suspiciously, Nine-Tails gave them both a cold look. That's right, I am Nine-Tails. If you don't believe me, I can give you two-tailed beast bombs. The words are quite ruthless, but with its cute appearance, it really doesn't feel threatening. But Orochimaru, who had seen Naruto's strength, still shook his head and couldn't help but take a step back. The precision of this impure world reincarnation is too low. Even if the consciousness of the second generation is liberated, the strength is still far from what it was in life. Looks like it's time to run away. In the first step, Senju Tobirama unleashes the shadow clone technique. The second step is to release the shadow clone technique by yourself. In the third step, a dozen Senju Tobirama took a dozen of themselves and drove Flying Thunder God to escape. Complete choice 3, reward summoning Bumblebee. Close black lens bracket. Because the reward for summoning the Hornet was obtained by relying on Orochimaru's old iron, as a reward, Naruto did not stop Orochimaru's 3-step escape plan and let him go. Operation Snake Catch failed because Orochimaru Impure World Reincarnation cast second Hokage and escaped with Flying Thunder God. Everyone had no choice but to return to Konoha with the sealed first generation. Fortunately, this operation is not all fruitless. I would like to mention one baby with cage level experience. 30. Konoha Cage Level Assembly. Group Brush Me Shadow Clone. Advertisement. Before Orochimaru lifts Impure World Reincarnation, the Masters of Konoha can use the unconscious first generation as an experienced baby. As a result, first generation is about to suffer a brutal battle with Konoha Masters. Naruto is also very happy and likes to mention Bumblebee. Next, as long as you get the title of Konoha Genin and satisfy your bad taste, you can go to the ninja world. Since the snake catching operation failed, everyone in Konoha held hands. Namikaze Minato shot Flying Thunder God and took them all away. The secretary who was sorting out materials in Hokage's office suddenly saw several people in the room. Third Hokage, fourth Hokage, Lord Jiraiya, 2 Anbu ninjas wearing dog masks, and Prince Naruto and his pets. Besides, hey, why does this last one look so familiar? FK, Master First Hokage Senju Hashirama, known as the God of Ninjas. The secretary fainted on the spot. Under Naruto's water release, Orochimaru, whose escape skills in the ninja world can rank among the top 3, finally managed to slip away. For more bloodline boundary research material, in order to produce more masters for Impure World Reincarnation, to reach the point of one man with thousands of troops, Orochimaru also embarked on the scientific research path of a senior human trafficker and ninja tomb robber. Another day, Naruto enters the ninja school, with the precedent of the genius boy Kakashi graduating from the ninja school at the age of 5. Prince Naruto went to school at the age of 3. Although it is amazing, it is also acceptable. After all, he is the son of Lord Fourth Hokage. The teacher asked Naruto if he knew ninjutsu. Of course, a normal person at this age can't do anything. But the teacher still has to ask. What if Naruto is also a super genius who knows ninjutsu at the age of 3? Because for 3 years, Naruto has always practiced his abilities in the earthquake zone and rarely appeared in the village. In addition, Naruto's identity and strength belong to Konoha's top secret. Therefore, people in the village don't know much about Naruto's talent. Naruto tilted his head and thought for a while. To be honest, most of his moves are developed based on shock fruit ability and telekinetic superpower. There are only body replacement technique, multiple shadow clone technique and 2 water style ninjutsu. Naruto casually placed a shadow clone of the incomplete first generation and second generation that was enough to be abused by Orochimaru Impure World Reincarnation. It drew cheers from teachers and many students. But he felt no pleasure at all, he just found it funny. He can destroy the entire Konoha with just a telekinetic power and super repulsive force field stronger than Chaoshinluo Tianzhong. Now being touted by a group of kids who have not yet graduated, saying, "Wow, you are so strong, you are indeed the son of the 4th generation, what's the point?" "Teacher, can I graduate?" Naruto asked casually. He doesn't have time to play class games with a group of 8 or 9-year-old children in this ninja school. The 3-year-old has arrived, and it's time to drive the Bumblebee and start the mission of the God of Ninja World. Defeat the leaders of the major ninja organizations and ninja villages in the ninja world, sweep the ninja world, and become the god of the ninja world. Mission progress. 0/10. Looking at the progress of this mission, it is necessary to defeat the leaders of 10 forces. As far as he can think of, shadows of the 5 great ninja villages. Hanzo of the Salamander, chief of Rain Shinobi Village. Nagato Laoti, the leader of the Akatsuki organization on the surface. Obito, the actual leader of the Akatsuki organization. Lord of the Iron Kingdom. The leader of the top ninja mercenary group, Xuanyuanzhong, who almost killed 4th Hokage. Almost enough. If it's not enough, Then look for the cult of the evil god, an underground money exchange that can be called a ninja-like mercenary guild. Thinking of this, Naruto couldn't wait to set off. Graduate. But the school teachers thought they had heard it wrong. Naruto, you just entered school and you want to graduate. Isn't this a joke? Quote. Naruto frowned. He thought that he just came to the school to go through the procedure, and he would graduate after entering school. After all, I am strong enough to beat his father to call him father. Advertisement. But I didn't expect that the teachers in this school seemed to know nothing at all. It seems that Father Fourth Generation still doesn't want me to leave Konoha. Then how can we graduate early? Naruto asked lightly. Since Kakashi and others can graduate early, it is obvious that as long as the conditions are met, they can graduate directly. Hold it on the teacher's hand for 5 minutes, said Chunon's teacher. On your hand for 5 minutes. Naruto almost laughed. Don't talk about you, even if the two friends Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama are resurrected and join forces. It's hard to say whether it can last a minute in my hand. Even if my shadow clone strokes the water again, with only 1/10,000th of the strength, if you can hold on for 3 seconds, it will be considered a burst of liver. Naruto also doesn't want to bully the teacher, after all he just doesn't know himself. Just let him know. Naruto smiled. Teacher, I will perform another ninjutsu. If you still think I can't graduate after reading it, then we can compare. Quote. The school teacher has written surprise. Naruto also has a second ninjutsu. Sure, he is worthy of being the son of the fourth generation. It seems that he is also a good talent. I have to cultivate it well. But the next moment, he saw a scene that he would never forget in his life. Multiple shadow clone technique. In an instant, dozens of Narutos appeared in the entire classroom, crowding the classroom to the brim. The teacher's eyes widened. You actually learned this level of ninjutsu and created so many clones. How big is this chakra? Naruto shook his head. Teacher, go out and have a look. The teacher and the students in the class all ran out to have a look, but they were all completely stunned. The whole school is full of Naruto clones. According to preliminary estimates, there are hundreds or even thousands of them. With so many clones, even if he stood still, he couldn't beat them one by one in 5 minutes. Teacher, you run to a high place and look at the whole Konoha. Naruto said again. Could it be? At this time, the teacher had already noticed the commotion outside, jumped on the roof, and looked around. As a result, his eyeballs almost popped out. Everywhere he could see, hundreds or thousands of meters away, there were Naruto clones everywhere. Reporting to Mr. Hokage, the clones of Master Naruto suddenly appeared everywhere in Konoha village. It is estimated that there are at least 8,000 clones of Master Naruto. Namikaze Minato. Son, are you serious? So, Naruto graduated in less than half a day after entering school. Set a new record for Konoha Shinobi's school attendance and graduation age. Also complete the Konoha Genin achievement. Naruto, do you really want to leave Konoha? You are still young, your mother and I will worry about you. In case other ninja villages attack you together, you may not be able to beat it. Maybe you are strong, but there are still people in this world who are good at illusion, sealing and other weird abilities. Quote. Inside Hokage's office, Namikaze Minato speaks to Naruto. Naruto shook his head. Father, you have called me home for dinner every day for the past 3 years, but you still don't know anything about my strength. I know Dad, you are afraid that I will go out and overturn the car. Well, you can gather all the cage-level masters in Konoha, and you can also find ninjas who are good at illusions, seals, etc. Within 5 minutes, as long as you can defeat him, it doesn't matter whether you seal him or destroy him. That way, before I was 10 years old, I would never mention leaving Konoha. Otherwise, you and Mom don't stop me from going out to play. Quote. Naruto pointed to a shadow clone next to him and said, you let our entire Konoha's combat power deal with you as a shadow clone. Namikaze Minato couldn't help laughing when he heard that. He was almost made to cry by his own son. It's too arrogant. Make a deal. Okay then. Dad, you go find someone, I'll wait. Naruto said calmly. He would like to see if the entire Konoha can beat one of his shadow clone.